Perfect. Check, check, check. All right. What is good? What is going on, my fellow nerds? Welcome back to another week of gaming and tech news. Hope to get you caught up on some of the latest news going on this week. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello, Sean here. What's up, my guy?
As in the name is Sean here. Welcome, Sean here.
Yep. Sean is here.
He is here, yes.
Yo, let me just say straight up right now. Shout out, Sean. You a real one out there. Bro, this keyboard and fucking the mouse is kind of ass, but this keyboard is so satisfying.
Oh, your Xbox One?
Yeah. The mouse though is just garbage.
For
How
looks.
are you doing? Oh, we're just chilling, man. Wife is over her infection, so that's great. That's great news. Love to hear it. But apparently there was like a real so real quick before we get too far into it, there was a real problem or a real possibility that she went septic. And as soon as her mom told me that, I was like, all right, I'm staying home. Well, I'll chill with her.
Yeah. Ain't fucking taking a chance on that.
Fuck. Yeah, that's scary, dude. She's like, yo, you got to watch her breathing. If she starts acting all confused and shit, you got to take her to the hospital right away. And I'm like, fuck.
It's one of those things where you're still scared if they're like sleeping over there. You're like, wait.
Oh yeah.
All right, they're still breathing. Okay. Wait. Okay, they're still breathing.
Exactly.
It's like, good Lord.
I was just like, because it was like brought up, but it wasn't like this is a real possibility. But when her mom sent me that, I was like, okay, this is a real possibility.
In a weird way, I don't know how she often wears it or whatever. Not because I don't think it would happen if you went septic per se.
Pixel watch?
Yeah, in terms of the heart rate.
Heart rate?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was wearing it.
Okay, I was like, that's the only thing I could think of that'd be like almost like a life alert situation where it's like, I just need something to like notify me if I don't look over soon enough or whatever, But
yeah, just to give a heads up or something,
Yep.
All right, I'm just opening the dock real quick. How am I? I'm pretty good.
It's a fucking Friday, dude. Get it.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week, but a good one. Long week. So our you know what? We'll talk about it later.
All right.
Pretty crazy though. Where was I putting? Yeah, I got that one.
Getting your tabs open.
Yep. Helldivers thing is funny. So all of 627, right? There's nothing from anything past that you want to talk about?
Let me briefly check here. So we got.
I am listening to you. I've said hi to you a few times.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, are you listening to me? I'm like, hello. I assume HRU is how are you, right?
Hey, it could be whatever you want it to be.
You want to go? Go ahead and go, man. It's chill. You don't have to be here.
Next thing. No, not really, because everything else kind of can follow suit. There wasn't really too much. 614.
Appreciate you stopping by though.
But nothing. I don't think there's anything we missed out on. Obviously, someone else can chime in and chat or whatever, not as we go along. But yeah, I'm pretty much caught up for the most part. Nothing that was eating at me, I guess. Oh, I guess never mind. I just lied to myself, I guess. So I was trying to find the clip of it. And the only thing I took of it was a clip of us talking about the Switch 2 price, which, oh, boy,
I've replied to you a few times.
Boy, oh boy, were we wrong. Because I even said to myself.
Oh, the price?
Yeah, I was like, which I'll make a clip of it eventually. I was like, yeah, there's no way this is going to be above 400. So,
yep, that was the consensus.
And then, because I was going to search back through it, I guess I didn't clip it or whatever, not because I couldn't remember if you said you were going to buy one off the rip or not. But since we have a Switch 2 on this pod, I guess what are we at? Are we even at a week yet of having it?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I think I got my Switch 2 on I think I got
23rd?
my Switch 2 on
24th?
Was it Tuesday or was it Monday?
Sounds about right. Yeah, because I know it wasn't too long.
I just remember I was like, yo, babe, stop by GameStop, see if it's there. And then
yo,
she's
babe,
like,
you feeling sick?
Do I have to? That's not what she said, but she wasn't going to. She called them.
She probably got
And
sick from all those
like,
nerds, dude.
yeah. But she called them and they were like, "Yep, we have one in stock." So she rushed over there and bought it real quick.
That's like right there. I feel like the prime example of a woman versus
I'm from the
a
United
man.
States, Washington.
A woman would most likely just call first before going there, whereas a man would be like, "Yeah, bro, I got you," as he's like driving his over there to go check. It's like, all right, you could have saved gas or whatever, not, but it's just funny.
Yeah, I tried to get one before you came to visit, so you could play with it. Because I know
Test
if
it
you
out.
get one, it'll be a while.
Oh, I figured as much. Yeah.
They're hard to find.
Overall, with the few days you've had it though, pretty decent, hardware wise, whatever. Not it is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah, it is what it is. Mario Kart's fun.
Yeah.
Heather or Babe is just destroying me in it.
The freaking
She
battle
wasn't
royale
very-
mode seems kind of cool.
Are you talking about the 24 and then
Yeah,
you gotta be
yeah.
like top 20?
The
What's it called?
Grand
again?
Prix or whatever that I can't remember.
No, the Grand Prix is like the regular race. That
Oh.
one is called
Knockout.
I don't remember.
Is it knockout?
Knockout. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fun. I haven't won one. It's
What's
not
the
easy.
closest? I was
People
saying,
are
how
good.
close? How close have you gotten?
I actually haven't even played online.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
No,
it's-
yeah, I've just been playing CPUs, and I mean, I've won a Grand Prix, but that's about it.
Yeah. Is there? Can you get? I would be curious to know. I'm assuming there's something like this, but I remember the old one having, if you got like first place trophy on every like race for the most part, you'd unlock. I don't know if it was based off hours or wins, but you would unlock Golden Mario. I don't know
I don't know.
if this one has it or not, but
I know. Like as I go, I'm unlocking more carts and stuff, but I don't know about Golden Mario.
yeah, okay. Yeah, because it was funny. I don't know if you've seen Donkey's video on the game, but in terms of the jumping around in the open world and whatever not, I'm like, holy shit, dude. You just create your own course at this point. You're like, okay, I got to get there, but I'll make my own path.
The open world is pretty cool, and then there's like little missions in the open world.
Okay.
Like I just happen to be driving around like the snowy mountains, and I'm not sure what the place is called. It's got a name.
Yeah.
But I was driving around the snowy mountains, and there was this like button. It had the P on it. What's that called?
Oh,
The
the
power button or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
from Mario.
Yep.
And as soon as I slammed on it, they a bunch of blue coins popped up, and it gave me a timer, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I better go get the blue coins." So I clicked the blue coins, and it was like, "You completed this mission," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, cool little side things.
Which is good.
AJ Pro. Oh, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ban you. Sorry, dog. There you go.
The hammer. Throwing it down early in
Yeah.
the pod.
Unfortunate.
What else we got? Oh, supposedly, because I was listening to another podcast and all that stuff, supposedly blue shells, there's a way to actually get around them in this one. I don't know if you've messed around with that. In terms of like reverse and all this other sort of thing. So
Yeah, they have a bunch of like cool tricks in this one. Yeah, it's so sweaty now though. It's so much sweatier than like all the other Mario Karts because you got wall riding and grinding now too.
yeah, it's Tony Hawk
It's
Pro
just,
Skater.
Yeah, it's basically Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but Mario. And I kind of want them to like bring back like a classic mode or something that's way less sweaty.
Do they have the balloon mode? I don't remember what that one's called, but
Yes,
oh, okay. I was
The battle?
Yeah, I would assume they would just keep all
I haven't
your
done it, but
classic
yeah,
stuff.
they do.
Okay. Do they? Is it all new?
They don't even have like a
maps
classic.
per se, or does it say? Because I feel like it'd be almost. Well, it wouldn't be too difficult. You could still bring the old maps over. It's just
There are old maps.
because, in terms of like, I'm assuming Rainbow Road is in there, right?
Yep, I haven't raced it though.
Because I'm just more curious of, do they keep it old school and they kind of remove the feature of the grind and the wall run kind of thing, or do they? I would assume they adapt to it, so they can't
Yep.
implement even the old ones. But okay.
They're like well, they are like there's a bunch of bunch of maps obviously, but there are a bunch of old maps. They're just like redone old maps. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. And
Like
then
Moo Moo Meadows is there, and
oh, gotcha.
I can't think of all their names off the top of my head, but
Yeah. And then what else am I thinking of? Mario Kart's never had a like map creator, correct?
No,
I feel like they would have promoted that one, just because I find that so odd that they don't have it
kind of like
yet.
Mario Maker.
Exactly, because I feel like they could easily do that. Maybe again, that's they're
especially having Mario Maker.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, Nintendo wouldn't do that because of concern of people, making dick jokes, whatever, not like people being people. I guess
they do that on Mario Maker.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, well, they already have Mario Maker, so they have some level of trust for.
It's actually worse on Mario Maker for some.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know why they don't push that into Mario Kart just yet. I could see them doing it though because, man, this is at the head of the start of Switch 2, and it'll probably go throughout its entire life. They've never made even Switch, because Switch, when that's Mario Kart, that was just the one from the Wii U, I believe. I don't know if they ever did a new one, so yeah, it's got
Mario Kart 8, but it was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So it was they added DLC. Something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah. But
did you hear, on a side note about the Switch, did you hear that they already banned a bunch of Switches?
For what?
Switch 2s, they already hardware banned them.
Why?
For using, have you heard of this? It's called the MIG Switch cart.
No.
Here, I'll show it to you real quick. So basically, what it is it's a Switch cartridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it can do is, so like you can here, let me pull it up on. So if it skip the content, is this actually gonna show me it though? Oh fuck, this website's all kinds of broken right now.
You put it on your stream or in the Discord?
About images. Oh, I was pulling it up on stream.
Okay.
I can put it in the Discord. Well, no, I can't because it's just a picture. The website's broken.
Yeah.
So, basically, what this is, right, is a cartridge that you can dump your Switch games onto your computer and then put them on this cartridge with an SD card. So that allows you to put, like, let's say you have like 10 different games or 10 different cartridges. You don't have to carry those. You can carry this one after you dump your games onto it.
Okay.
So people were testing this the first week of the Switch 2 coming out, and they found it worked. They were like, "Holy shit, it works! This is awesome."
Keep it on the DL. Keep it on the DL.
Yeah, it turns out about a week later, they started banning Switches for this.
Interesting.
They must have figured out, they must have gotten their hands on a MIG Switch cartridge and figured out how it interacts with the Switch, and
software
got a value that would define, like, okay, if this person puts this in here, it'll alert us, and then and so like
you tell on yourself
if you get pretty much if you get caught with or if you get caught doing that, they instantly console ban you, so your console is unusable.
It's
you
just
can't factory
the whole
reset
time?
Yeah, you can't factory reset it. You I'm sure people will find a way to hack it,
At
but
that point, you might
currently
as well,
a lot of
people.
people
It's a brick. You ain't reselling it.
Currently, there's a lot of people's Switches that are just DOA right now. Not on arrival, but dead after that.
Dope. I can get something cheap then and mess with it.
Yep. It's unfortunate though, because that just that's just a testament to nowadays. It's like how you don't own anything.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's horseshit in my opinion. But anyway.
So correct me if I'm wrong on that whole thing. So you'd put your Switch game in there and basically download it to that little cartridge, right? So one game.
Yeah. So that let's see. So this little like dock hub thing, right, plugs into your computer.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. What the fuck? So this little like hub right here plugs into your computer, and what it allows you to do is plug your game then into that, and then your computer copies the file to the SD card, and then you put that into the cartridge, and it's supposed to be exactly the game. So they're supposed to not be able to tell at all, but apparently they found a way to tell.
It reads differently. When you do
slightly.
that, does the original Nintendo game still work, or is it completely transferred over to? Okay, so they both work.
No, it still works. Yeah, it's just making a copy. It's dumping it. So I understand why they get
Interesting.
mad at
Yeah, as I
this
say, because yeah, you're
game rental
making.
services and
Well, not even just that.
stuff like that.
Literally, let's say we both
You
had
go
to
over to a
switch.
buddy's house, you dump their whole
Yeah, I don't need to
collection.
buy a game. We just game shared
Hmm.
instantly, just like
Yep.
that, physically. Like, so I can see why
But
they'd be upset, especially with $80 games, I guess now. But
I still think it's horseshit, though.
oh, I know. It's just
I bought it.
interesting that
I bought the
someone.
device. Fuck you.
Oh man, just giving out copies,
Yeah.
dude. Can you imagine that? Someone just. How much is that device? Does it say?
Well, their website's broken right now. I tried to pull up their website. Oh, well, that's not it at all.
I'm picturing like $50. I don't know.
No, it's pretty expensive actually. It's
Oh, is it okay?
yeah, V2. Yeah, their website's broken right now. I don't remember what it was. Here. Yep, their website's hella broken. It was like $100 last time I looked at it.
Damn. Okay.
Pretty cool thing. But excuse me. Oh, it's 50 to 70 for the cartridge. And then I think the dumper is I don't know. I know that's a separate cost. So $64.99 for the cart. Oh, Reddit's scary. I'm not opening that right now.
I guess
scary.
Yeah. Either way, you can share what I guess locally through.
Oh, $100 for it all. $100 for it
Nintendo's
all.
old thing. Man, interesting. Yeah, it must. God damn, especially if it's supposed to spit out exactly what it's supposed to be. The fact that Nintendo can just hardware lock that once it realizes what it is. I'm curious, yeah. Well, obviously, if I was a creator of said thing, like,
Well, it doesn't break the MIG; it breaks the Switch.
that's what I'm saying. So some coding or whatever not is just it's not liking it. It's like, oh nope, third party, get rid of this shit, cancel, like break the whole thing. Security flaw.
It's crazy too, because it's supposed to like copy it like word for word, file for file. So I'm curious, like maybe the MIG puts like files like in a different order, or maybe because the way you change your game with it, right, is you put it in, right, and then it's the first game, and then you pop it out, put it in again. Second game, pop it out, put it in. Third game, pop it out, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Until you go all the way around. So maybe it has something to do with that too. Maybe there's a specific code that makes it so it changes games. And the Switch is like, okay, this isn't supposed to be here. So maybe that's what it is it's actually picking up.
Yeah, because all I'm thinking is if I was the creator of this, you just made him or her or whatever not, almost like a new project. Like, all right, let me figure out why this is doing this.
Well, me too. It's right here, but I can't see it. So.
But that'd be the hard part because when you want to test something like that out, that's an expensive test.
Yeah, it's $500 every time. Or,
actually,
$500
because you're like, this either works or it's gonna get bricked. Let's see. Shit. Okay. So.
And you won't know too. There's no guarantee because the Switches got banned like weeks to 2 weeks later.
Oh, it's a later thing. Oh shit. Okay, so it's not an instant plug-in thing. So enjoy it while you can, I guess.
Super sad because a lot of like smaller YouTubers made like unboxing videos, and then they made videos of the MIG going into the Switch 2 specifically because new people are curious. So like these smaller channels did this, and now their Switches are gone, and they're like, "Fuck, I can't afford another."
No, yeah, talk about money investment into your own, for the social media aspect of it, into your own channel. Then it gets fucking zapped up real quick. Oh
yeah,
man,
unfortunate.
Damn, that sucks.
It's just
don't fuck with Nintendo, I guess.
Technology nowadays, you don't really own anything.
No, nothing. As soon as it's digital, you don't own it. It's convenience over ownership, honestly. That's what
this is something that
what you're trading.
I don't know if it's similar to why people were so mad at Microsoft back in the day for the Xbox One with the whole DRM thing.
Well, that's
No
that's
game
that,
sharing.
but that's yeah, that's you're talking way more futuristic than what people were even ready for. Hell, even today, kind of still, but even way like back then, it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Marketing this
please stop.
future of yeah, like no, 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 no. That's why Sony could dunk on your ass real quick and be like,
What's up, Riptle?
this is how you share. Here you go. Like it's so easy. Like
Yeah, it's horseshit.
like these tech CEOs and or whatever not need to calm down and I know you're so excited about the future and whatever not, but bro, like we're not in all those meetings. Most people are still like holding on to shit that's 10 years old, you know what I mean? Like calm down on
Oh
the
yeah.
future. So,
I'm actually gonna grab the Switch 2 real quick since we've been talking about it.
oh shit. We get a live look. Gotta get the sound effects in. Good old it's not even a snap anymore, it's a clap. We'll clap back.
Be right back. Wife called me.
Oh my goodness. Left in suspense here. I'll have to. I don't even know if he has his headphones in. Even if he does, I'm curious. There's no way in hell he bought the what was it, the World Tour for Switch 2? Yeah, ain't no way, dude. They should have made that thing free. All it is a little tour of what the Switch 2 can do. Even though we're all pretty familiar with it, but yeah. I feel like if you really care about that history lesson, you'll just go to like a YouTube video and watch it, and that's about it.
All right, I'm back. No, I did not buy that. No, I will not buy that unless it goes like on sale.
On sale for free.
Yeah. Well, no, I
don't give me. Not even a dollar.
Maybe I'd
no,
try it for like.
Not even. Don't
Here
even.
Here it is.
There she be.
She's pretty. She's a lot bigger, and like the handles. I was kind of worried about them just being magnets, but like they're really strong.
Okay.
Like I can just like hold it
with a click.
Yeah, and it's very satisfying here. Let me see if I can get this. I don't think this will get picked up though from the noise canceling.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. But looks nice. Screen's much bigger. You can't really just pull the fucking Joy-Con out either. You really gotta push the button. The magnets are nice, very very nice. Like I can hold it from it and just shake it up and down, and it's not coming out.
Yeah, magnets plus the little pogo pin. Or
super pretty. I don't know. Wish it was OLED.
How have you used? Well, they gotta save that for freaking their next iteration because
Switch to OLED.
Yeah, they gotta go Switch to OLED and Switch. Well, what Switch 2 Lite's gotta come first, right? Or did they come out at the same time? I thought they were separated a little bit.
No, they'll definitely come out with a Lite after. Yeah, like in a bit. They haven't done that yet.
Yeah, maybe what, 2-year gap or something.
2 year, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Have you?
They want to get to 1 million.
Have you used the Joy-Cons as a mouse yet?
No, I forgot that's a feature.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. Let me full screen this again, and then we'll try that right now. You back? Let's see here.
Because it seems like it would be decent, not gonna lie.
I mean, it's decent. It's not fun to play.
Because I've seen some people play. Granted, it was a demo of Metroid Prime.
Side to side sucks.
Really?
Because when I'm going side to side, and I'm on like a legit mouse pad. You know what? This is probably. Hold on, one moment.
Oh, do you need the skates?
Yeah, I think there's an actual.
True. You gotta reserve it until you get the full gist of it. Yeah, because technically, yeah, both of them should have, the mouse capabilities. Which would be very interesting to use. It'd be a fun challenge. I'm surprised I haven't ran across a challenge video of that just yet, but winning a Warzone match with Joy-Cons. The anticipation. What, did you lose them already? He got lost in the sauce. Somebody call for help. Somebody call for help. Hello.
I'm back. Sorry. I was trying to help my wife find a remote, but I have no idea where it's at. Okay. So now I have the skates. Oh, that is much better. That is much better.
So it needs the skates. Okay.
Yeah, that is much better. Side to side is much easier to do now. It is kind of a weird I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think it's comfortable.
It connect Bluetooth?
I'm curious. I don't know. I think so.
In terms of like, I'm trying to just think of like, I don't know, if you know, off stream or whatever. Not if you propped it with, you know, on the Steam Deck, got some MCC going on or something, whatever. Not if it would.
Oh, the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, if it'd hang out with the FPS for a bit.
That would be interesting.
But if it runs well, because well, I guess a mouse isn't that expensive, honestly. But in terms of a Switch Joy-Con being a mouse, that was kind of cool.
It's
probably
pretty smooth.
It probably makes it decent on the whether you want mouse mode or I guess controller mode for couch gaming, but not too bad. Sick.
All right, you want to spin that wheel?
Let's do it.
I lost my wife's remote for her treadmill, her like little walking pad.
Uh-oh.
It's somewhere around this house.
All right, Android XR. So supposedly, Samsung's reported
Samsung.
Yeah, expecting to ship just 100,000 Android XR headsets this year. So yeah, not huge expectations for it, which I kind of am okay with that instead of like making it a hype machine a little bit.
No, I think that's better. Well, okay, so I'm glad they're keeping their expectations tamed, so they don't expect a bunch and everything just dies off rip because they didn't sell enough.
Mm-hmm. because the developer's not there just yet. The one thing though, because I think this article kind of specifically talks about it being Project Mohan or Muhan, however you're gonna say it. And so it's not talking
I'm
about
gonna plug my Switch in.
it's not talking
you can
about
keep
the
going.
glasses or anything like that. It's just talking about basically the Android version of a Vision Pro. So two different things in my opinion, because I still think the glasses version of Android XR is the market that'll take off versus the headset will have its smaller niche, in my opinion. Also, I think it'll help it a lot, even if it is 100,000, maybe even a little less. The fact that Google Apps will just supposedly natively, just as soon as this is released, it'll just work on this damn thing. I think that's going to be super cool. As long as the apps get a kind of a sort of day one patch update to help make it functional. Just because, honestly, in terms of, you're watching something, maybe a little bit of business or anything like that in these headsets, but I feel like a lot of the marketing around these things are more for leisure. Sitting on a couch, maybe playing a few games or whatever not. But obviously the biggest, I feel like, video platform in general these days, stats can back it up, is definitely YouTube. And I don't know if Vision Pro is updated with YouTube just yet or anything like that. I know you can use it in like Safari and expand it out that way, but if YouTube's kind of baked into an Android headset, it's going to be pretty decent. So, and then not only that, but being able to, again, pin anything on the walls, turn it off, turn it back on, it's still there, all that sort of things. You don't even need a TV, kind of, I guess, when you have this thing, just because, again, you can have a freaking one the size of the wall, which it's kind of funny because I'm kind of picturing a future at this point where you walk into someone's house, maybe their apartment or something, and either they're gonna have headsets like this, or maybe eventually like glasses if you want to watch TV, just kind of sitting on a little shelf or something, and you can just put them on and boom, you can watch TV without having maybe the physical object of a TV in your house at some point down the line, which I guarantee someone's gonna do that in the future for some reason. I don't know why, because I feel like, I don't know, having a TV in the house itself, a physical TV, I don't see it being a bad thing. But then again, with all these tech companies, their goal is to get you in, I don't think walking around, definitely in these headsets, but if everyone's already walking around with watches to this point, what's stopping people from walking around with glasses? And then at that point, they already have screens and whatnot. So you don't really then need technically, now that I think about it, if someone's watching something you don't want to watch, whether it be sports or news or whatever not, you can instantly just kind of create your own TV show over it or up above it or anything like that, which would be interesting. Always having something going on, which, I don't know, is good and bad in terms of a good old dopamine hit. But yeah, what do we got? 100,000 units shipped this year. Not entirely clear if that refers exclusively to 2025, since Muhan is expected to go on sale in October. Ooh. Which has me thinking, even though this is a Samsung product, Samsung and Google are pretty buddies when it comes to these, I guess, product releases for the most part. Every time they mention Pixel or have a Pixel event, some form of Samsung phone or anything like that is always on stage, I feel like. So I could see this possibly getting... Ooh, I could almost see this getting like somehow like a bundle or a discount with a Pixel product down the line. That or I guess Samsung, but if it does get bundled in with the Samsung product, then I think that has to wait till about the beginning of the year, because I believe that's when Samsung's phones kick off for the most part. Let's see. MetaQuest 3 was estimated to have sold roughly 1 million units by 2024 after its October 2023 launch. Yeah, so if okay. Also, another thing too, when you're setting the bar low, it's kind of I don't know, at least for me, it's kind of a win-win. Just because if it hits that or if it hits lower, you kind of had those low expectations anyway. But if it does end up somehow being like a MetaQuest 3 by selling somehow 1 million units, let's see, several months after it's launched, then it's just a huge success at that point. Which then it's another marketing cycle that you get to just clamor on about, saying, "Oh my God, this is a major hit! Look how many we've sold, 6 times as much." Let's see. Apple reportedly stopped production of the Vision Pro in late 2024 with enough components for 600,000 headsets available. So the company so far said the company had sold around 200,000.
Oh,
interesting.
All right, I'm so sorry, bro.
You're good, Doc. Yeah, be curious.
Like 100% lost it.
You'll find it when you least expect it.
Yeah, most likely.
But
anyway, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead and continue.
Oh no, I was just kind of going over the stats for the MetaQuest 3 versus and Apple Vision Pro and all this other stuff, and I'm just thinking that if Samsung's kind of setting the bar low compared to the rest of these like VR headsets for the most part, then investors kind of, assume like, all right, maybe they don't have confidence in it or whatever not, so let's hold off on anything like that. And if it hits 100,000, maybe a little less, then it's like, okay, that's kind of what we expected. We at least told you guys about it. But somehow if it hits, 500,000 or anything above 100,000, it's a victory in their book, in their eyes. And then they can just kind of re-promote it by just saying, oh, it's sold 2 times in what we expected and blah, blah, blah. So...
Are you already on this VR headset's Xbox?
Not yet. I was gonna skip to it though, since it's a segue.
Oh, okay. I have some things to say about it.
Yeah, well then let's freaking say about it.
So first off, okay, this is cool. Okay, we'll start there. But first off, how much VR have you played?
None.
Really?
Yeah, none.
Fuck, I wish I would have known that when you're here, because I have a MetaQuest 2. You son of a bitch. VR's fun. And I think this is a cool idea. But VR is still a gimmick to me.
Yeah, I think that's why I've never gone on a way to get one, I guess, also. Or at least save up for it or whatever not, because first one that comes to mind, at least game-wise, is Beat Saber. And then a little side tangent on that is Beat Saber. I think they're this month or something like that. They're gonna stop supporting that game on the PSVR 2. So when you have that big of a game not supporting itself on a certain VR headset
platform,
I feel like it's kind of telling of that platform. But besides, let's see, Half-Life Alyx, I've seen good things about that. Somehow MetaQuest, good on them, or Meta themselves, have, I think, 2 decent games. I know the Batman one I've heard decent stuff about, and then they had another one that got like 10 out of 10s and shit. I can't remember the name of it.
Exclusive?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but...
Is it that one climbing game?
No, I think it was like more action-y. It had like swords and stuff in it. I don't remember what it's called.
Not Super Hot, because that's the gun one that you...
No.
There is one that, man, I can't remember the name of it, but we play every time we bust out the headset. It's like a gun game, or a shooting game where you're walking and people are popping up. It's fun for short periods of time. So this is an Xbox. What does that mean exactly? Do we know yet?
Oh, in terms of the headset
Game
itself?
Pass, right?
Yeah. So you get 3 months of Game Pass with this. Also,
what games?
What do you mean? Oh, so
like, is
so
this just acting as a big TV?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Lame.
So it's acting as a big TV. Obviously, the speculation be speculation because people are like, "Oh, damn, this would be kind of cool if games like Beat Saber or whatever not were put on Game Pass to then promote this thing, or at least have a place for VR to be. And then because it being the MetaQuest and Xbox Game Pass and all this other stuff, it's not only just acting like a big TV, but it's also Xbox cloud platform gaming headset. So
yep. Okay.
Yeah, so you're paying for Ultimate after it, obviously those 3 months kind of go out, but obviously you can do other stuff besides just Xbox stuff, but still.
Yeah, I can already do that, I believe, can't I? I've done it. I've done it with something. Maybe it was my other Oculus.
Did they not have just a Xbox app? Because if Xbox has an app, this kind of becomes pointless to my eyes.
I don't remember. Maybe I did it through my Oculus Rift. I do remember having just like it's essentially just a big TV.
Yeah.
And I tried I can't remember what game on it. It might have been Halo. That seems to be the game that I generally try.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like there's a big screen and then there's like a bunch of black, like you're in a theater, like on the very, very sides.
Yep.
And it's just like, I mean,
I didn't think
it was very cool.
Can you do pass through when you were doing it? Do you remember?
Pass through, like
so
see the world.
Yeah, well, look straight ahead. You would see exactly everything like that, but a big TV in front of you, basically.
No, that's not what I had. At least.
Okay.
It was just like a big screen with the game on it.
Okay, gotcha.
And I mean, it was cool. It was a gimmick though.
Yeah, because this can do both. So for whatever reason, if you got little ones or someone running around, pets, all this other stuff, and you kind of need to keep an eye on things out in the real world, still you can do that while seeing it like a normal, I guess, big ass TV. Or you can, kind of get more immersed where it does blacken out the edges to the point where you're just looking at it like a theater mode for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's cool.
$400.
Go Xbox.
So
that's not bad.
No. Well, not only that, but you also do get at least a controller with it. So.
Well, and this is like a very competent headset too.
Yeah, I've heard
this is
decent things.
A very good headset for the price.
Yeah, and then I don't know if it's available just yet, but I want to say the whole xCloud thing. I don't know. I think it's with some games now. I don't know if it's all. But I know they were messing around with if you own, or if you, let's say you bought a game, then whatever you end up buying Xbox wise, you could then stream through, xCloud. So kind of like
that's cool
NVIDIA thing. So it's got a little bit of future proofing to it. But the biggest thing I see for this is because other YouTubers, whatever, not when I watch the video, and other people probably try to promote it as well, is more of a someone has a TV and they're using it to watch their own shows or play their own games, and you want to also do the same thing. So you pop this on and you kind of play your game, you go about your way, but
get your own world.
Which is interesting though, because it's like every time I think of that scenario, I'm always thinking the other person kind of maybe just goes into their own room or something though, and plays on their own TV. But again, maybe it's that situation where you have a sibling, and I don't know if siblings that share same rooms, but it could be out there. But I feel like the situation for it is very, very niche already.
Extremely.
So.
Extremely.
But if anything, Xbox is definitely positioning themselves at this point, if we haven't gotten it already. Just if it has a screen, it's an Xbox. Simple as that.
Yep. Go Xbox for that, honestly.
Honestly, how long do you think it's gonna take until I almost want to make a bet on which car is gonna get it first? But for a fact in a vehicle, in EV, whatever, not at some point it's just gonna say this is an Xbox or something. You know
Tesla,
what I mean? Oh, I don't think Tesla will do it.
Bill Gates. Yeah, does Bill Gates like Elon?
No, he drives a Porsche, I think. But I almost see Rivian or someone else doing it, or Hyundai or whoever. But
Toyota.
Yeah, anything that has a screen is an Xbox. So, because honestly, they've been clamoring this since the Xbox One days that At least the Xbox side of it. Everything is just going to be an app at some point. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know that. Yeah, you know that. Xbox, Microsoft. What car manufacturer works closest with Microsoft?
I don't know if anyone, honestly.
I feel like there's somebody.
Polestar and Volvo would be dope. But...
They have the Forza game, and there's somebody that they partner with.
Oh, that's your supercars
one of the
typically.
Car manufacturers.
I feel like they always show off McLaren.
There was somebody that they partnered with that they featured more of their cars. Like they have a bunch of different cars in there, but they just featured more of theirs. I can't remember what it was. Side note, real quick.
Yeah.
So one of Google Pixel. Oh wait, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna talk about this when we get to the Fairphone.
All right. Let's see here. Speaking of Xbox, is rival here. We're gonna go over to Sony's deal here.
Oh.
So.
Man, Sony can fuck off.
It makes sense though if you think about it from a business perspective. At least
does. It really does.
So Sony won't be putting new first-party games on PlayStation Plus day one anytime soon. So you're saying day two then? Just kidding. Yeah, right.
So you're saying day two?
Day two then? No, sir. Oh, okay, so day three then? No, sir. Current strategy is working really well.
Day 5?
Yeah, I know, right? Next week. So yeah, basically TLDR for this story is that Sony's sticking to its guns for not releasing first-party games on day one to PlayStation Plus subscription service. Vice versa of what Xbox does with Game Pass and all this other stuff, which is fantastic on the Xbox side. Thank you for doing what you do, but at the same time, you kind of have to do that, in my opinion. At least in terms of where they're at in the market, kind of, sort of.
I don't think. Okay, so you're
what up, trash?
Very correct. But I don't think. Give them another year, and I don't think they would.
No, it's not pre-recorded. This is live. Another year
because of their, because of all the studios they have. Once they start releasing all the bangers that they are about to put out, I don't think they would have to do it to still get sales.
But
I hope they would continue to do it.
I think now that the fact that they're already so far in, they have to. If that makes sense.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm correcting my statement because now if they stopped, it would look very bad.
Redacted.
Yeah, I take all that back because now it would just look bad.
It would look awful.
Well, it's not that it would look bad. Because I'm sure you can word it like very corporate and be like, we're losing too much money if we want to keep these studios open. We really have to stop doing this day one, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. Because they make quite a bit of money with Game Pass, too.
Yeah, everything's moving towards subscription service. All right, we got a little side tangent here, a little side note. We got the trash over in comments here, or chat saying, do you know about monitors? I think between me and him, we could probably help you out. So depending on what your question is and everything, just shoot, see what you got. We'll do our best, that's for sure. But no, if anything, freaking Sony doesn't need to be putting first-party games with PlayStation Plus because let's go over it. Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, God of War. I'm forgetting a crap ton already at this point.
Well, no, you're not, because there hasn't been very many.
Ghost of Tsushima and all this other stuff, like those alone, and then I guess Astro Boy and whatever not. Like, granted, they could literally have a handful of first-party games, and it seems that they're doing just fine because they've been at least getting what, like an 85 or something on Metacritic or OpenCritic, all this other stuff. They've been doing just fine. Are we having a live technical breakdown here?
Bro. Oh, man.
All right, while you're fixing that, here's the question. I'm trying to buy a monitor. What?
She's so dead.
The AC?
She's so fucking dead.
AC just get blown up?
Dude, The bitch is going burr right now.
All right, question is, I'm trying to buy a monitor. My budget, like $170. I have no clue what to buy. I'm on PlayStation. Interesting. Okay. PlayStation 5, I'm assuming at that point, too. Because at that point, granted, I would...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I have to get rid of that thing. Anyway.
Yeah, so we got a
PlayStation monitor, huh?
Yeah, because 170 bucks though. At that point, does
What
PlayStation?
What PlayStation?
Let's just say 5. Yeah,
Okay.
I guess
120 hertz.
He did say 5. I would hope, yeah, 120 hertz.
It is.
Well, in terms of 100, yeah, but for 170 bucks for a monitor, is PlayStation picky about what's compatible? You know what I mean? Or can you just plug it in HDMI, and as long as the cord's good, you're good?
So I've had 0 issues with my PlayStation operating at 120 on pretty much anything.
Okay.
I've only tested it on 3 different TVs, so I've never really tried it on a monitor. But monitors are much more compatible than TVs are.
True.
Because monitors have they have, like, you know, AMD FreeSync and blah 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 more frequently built in.
Let's see, 170. Is that too cheap? I don't think so. I haven't done any looking around in terms of recent price wise, but for 120 hertz though, because I wouldn't. I guess do monitors go 120?
How big do you want?
Oh, that's another. Yeah, that's a good question too. How big of a monitor?
Yeah,
you going 24
the size
inch or something,
is a bigger question.
Yeah. Because that would be your. That's honestly your budget right there, kind of. Because hitting 120 hertz shouldn't be too big of a deal.
And like 170 bucks, and then what are you looking for? Like, because there's TN panels, and then there's OLED panels, and there's
Wow, you're not getting.
You're not
OLED
gonna be able to get
for that.
Not for 170.
27 inches. That's what they're. Hell, I think.
Yeah, just don't go 4K. Just do like a 1440p.
1440p
120 hertz.
120.
Yeah, because if you 120 hertz monitor. Yeah. Do I have a recommendation? I don't know. Do you want a curved monitor?
I personally wouldn't want curved, but that's just me.
No, I have a curved monitor and I don't like it.
Yeah, I used to have one.
If I get a new one,
I was like, no.
Yeah, if I get a new one, it won't be curved.
I just don't find there's some situations where I can see yes a curve, whatever not, but I just don't find the need.
It's hard to miss with a monitor nowadays. If you just go with like a decent name brand, you'd be fine. Like even like a Dell gaming would be fine.
Dell, or I had Scepter or something back
Alienware.
In the day. Like there's
quite a Scepter, Acer,
Asus,
Samsung.
Yeah.
Like here's an Acer Nitro, 144 hertz, AMD FreeSync, 144p or 1440p, 180 hertz, AMD FreeSync, and it's $179.
True. I guess how long can you wait too?
Yeah, because if you can wait for a little bit longer,
or
because how much is a 1440p OLED monitor?
You're getting up there. As soon as you get into OLED, that's the hard part.
Yeah, it is.
Also, another thing I would look at too. So, what are your typical go-tos? I would say Newegg, Best Buy, and Amazon. I guess.
Fuck me, $600.
Hell yeah, OLED, dude. Newegg, Amazon, Best Buy. Best Buy, you could always do open boxed. I feel like that would be completely fine. If you really want to go for it, I personally don't find it too risky. In my opinion,
Generally, they come with a warranty.
Well, those, but I'm also going further a little bit in terms of like the Facebook Marketplace. You gotta be a little bit careful with that in terms of kind of know what you're doing, and having someone plug in the damn thing so you can see what it looks like. Because I've even gotten TVs off of that and other tech products and whatever not. But you gotta make sure the damn thing works pretty well within the first, few minutes before you get it. You will get it typically cheaper, don't get me wrong, but in terms of if you feel like you need a warranty of some sort or a return policy, then yeah, maybe open box on Best Buy or Newegg or whatever.
Also, why not a TV?
True, because TV would be pretty damn cheap. Hell, you can get a 4K TV for like less than $300 at this point.
$200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all depending on what can fit on your wall / desk, anything like that.
I guess the reason, or is there a reason for a monitor?
I would assume a smaller space, but at the same time, the difference between 27-inch monitor versus 32-inch TV.
32-inch TV.
Oh, there you go. Does TV have a 1 millisecond reaction time? Yeah. I don't think they have that.
Fair point.
Yeah. So yeah, in terms of refresh and whatever,
fair
not
point.
like your monitor.
I think
will
mine
do that.
does, but my TV was $2,000, so.
Yeah, but at that point, it better. What does Curve do though? Honestly, I feel like Curve back in the day was just to kind of make one giant monitor, or at least make two of them hook up to like look into one. But I don't know.
It's supposed to like immerse you more.
I would say peripheral vision.
More immersed. Does it do that for me? No. And it might if I had a much bigger one. I only have a 27-inch.
But at that distance,
yeah,
though,
if
I
you're
wouldn't
stuck
go
with
above 27.
No. I would stay with 27 for sure. Unless I was replacing my whole setup with just one monitor, I would stick with a 27. But yeah, if you're stuck with $170, I would just get like a decent.
No, I'm curious.
Hold on.
I'll just go here just because why not? We don't need that. No, thank you.
But yeah, I would just stick with any like decent name brand monitor that is 1440p. You don't really want to go to 4K because once you get into 4K, your PlayStation can't do 4K at 120 anyway, unless you have a Pro. I believe that actually does do 4K at 120.
I would say, does it do actual 4K?
No, it's all upscaling. Both consoles are.
Sure. Let's click gaming monitors just to see the difference here.
It does do 4K 120 in videos though, just not gaming.
All right.
For compatible games, the PS5 Pro can deliver 4K at 120.
So top two
upscaled.
options. Yeah, top two options I just picked from Best Buy here, just going from price low to high without doing too much research. Both Samsungs, one's a 24 and one's a 27. Let's see, 180 hertz, 1 millisecond gaming monitor. The 24 is $150. If you get it open box, it's $131. And if you get the 27 open box, it's $183. So it puts you about right in that price range, give or take. So yeah, there's options out there.
Are they 1080p or 2K?
Yeah. Let's see what they are. They might be 1080. Let's see what this one is. Grant, this one's a 24, but still. Yeah, max resolution for this is 1080.
1080 is fine too. Like if you don't want to order on like Amazon, you want to go get it in store. 1080 is fine.
Is 24-inch too small to game on? Depends on how far away are you. I have 24-inch monitors in front of me right now, and I play them all the time. 24, 27 is like sweet spot.
Yeah.
Because if you're using it at a desk scenario, then no. If you're using it like a freaking like a TV, then at that point, and you're like sitting on the back of your bed and you're like doing your thing, like, yeah, no. At that point, get TV. You're right in front of your desk. Yeah. If you can reach your arm out and touch your monitor, or where it would be, give or take, like I just did, like dude, 24 would be completely fine. Granted, this is a brief, like I haven't done any research or anything like that. It looks like it has little speakers in it too, but 4.8 reviews out of 4.8 stars out of 200 reviews. Yeah, I'd obviously comb through those and do your due diligence. But also another thing too, I always love it because marketing being marketing, but I always love looking at the customer images. That way you can see what the real deal is. But That's what I would recommend doing. Didn't take too long to search it up, so there's got to be some options out there. Yeah, this
Oh yeah,
person's
there's
got
several.
2 of them. Yeah,
I found quite a few even on Amazon.
yeah.
An Acer and a Dell at 1440p that are pretty solid.
It all depending too on
Yeah.
when you're trying to get it. If you're trying to get it right now, obviously it looks like Best Buy, whatever, not save $50 on this guy, but hell, granted, summer just began and school just got out for some people, but back to school kind of shit kicks off in like 2 months. So just saying.
There will be sales then
Yes,
too.
there will be sales. So just keep
The used marketplace can be king, like you were saying earlier too.
Oh, it's clutch. I always forget sometimes. I'm like, oh, I really want a pair of like, I don't know, new shoes or a new equipment for this, that. And it's just like, oh, wait, let me look at someone who's just trying to get rid of something. Because then not only is it cheaper, but then you talk them down the extra $20. You're like, damn, I got this for a pretty good deal.
You're like, I feel good right now. I just stole this shit.
Mm-hmm. Open box basically means somebody got it for some reason or whatever.
Yep.
Not they usually didn't like it or something. Maybe it has a scuff,
Got
like
bored.
a scuff on it. I'm not talking like a freaking spiderweb crack or anything like that. It has like maybe scuff on it, and they're like, this isn't it. So they return it, and Best Buy cannot sell it for its original price, so they discount it for a little bit, and you still get the product as good as somewhat new. Because they do obviously go in and see what the person complained about and try to fix it as best
sure
as
it
possible.
works.
Yeah. So. But that's what I would recommend for your PlayStation. Because depending on whatever game you're playing, obviously it has a refresh rate, so you're good there. Your milliseconds that you were asking about, all that good stuff. So I think a 24 even would be just fine. So yeah, if this is $150 new. Yeah, so hell, even I've seen even gaming PCs on Facebook Marketplace for like $500, $600. Like, it's possible to get
Yep.
something decent out there, used specifically, which I kind of highly recommend used tech because I think speaking for the both of us, we have decent amount
Reuse, recycle.
of backlog stuff of that could be reused, recycled, and hell, why not? Somebody makes a little change on the side, and you get a new to you kind of product. So. And shit, I got a freaking TV in my like closet basically that's at least like 10 years old or so, and that thing works just fine. I'm like, if anything, your monitors, TVs, screens like that, the only reason I ever upgrade them typically is because of the screen technology, and then after that, that's about it. So,
Yep.
but
I'm actually about to give away a 50-inch TV
yeah, so there you
and
go.
a PlayStation 4 to somebody at work.
That's what they do. That's what happens when you subscribe to Dat Kyler. You get into those raffles.
I was like, bro, I already gave away a PC this year. Damn.
That's all you gotta do. You just gotta ask the tech bros who have some stuff. You're like, yo, dude, you got any monitors over there or what, man?
Yeah, pretty much.
If I get this and don't like it, can I return it for all the money? That's the benefit of ordering from Amazon, Newegg, or Best Buy. So heck, I think
Actually,
even with the open box one, you could still do the same thing. So not only would you get it for cheaper, but you could still technically return the thing. So yeah, if you're worried about possibly returning it because it's not for you, or maybe you want a 27-inch, instead, then then by all means just go through one of these sites. So
I mean, some people will even get it on Amazon and return a book instead of the monitor, and get their money back.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh lordy. But
I'm not recommending that.
yeah, I highly do not recommend that. But yeah, in terms of Sony, they're just gonna keep on keeping on because it's working and we're paying for it because they still make somewhat basically the banger first party games. So why not?
No, okay. We totally got drawn off topic before we started talking about the monitor.
Yeah.
You mentioned a bunch of games. Do you remember them?
I remember like 5. So Astro Boy.
So you mentioned Astrobot
Appreciate
or Astro
trash.
Boy. You mentioned Ghost of Tsushima. You mentioned God of War. You
Yep.
mentioned Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
And there was one more. What was it?
Shit. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You notice how all of your mentions were not released this year.
Oh, I know, right?
They have had a terrible ass year for exclusives. They're terrible, absolutely horrendous.
Well, it's because I think their first party ones carry them so far, though. That's the thing.
Oh man, I don't know that they're carrying right now. I see so much hate online about like how they need to step their shit up because they are falling.
Okay. See, this is the hard part because we don't know the back end of this. So this is first party stuff. They can get away with it. And like you said, I don't know of a first party game off the top of my head that, like you said, that's been released.
Because you can't.
Yeah. But
we know I can name like 10 that Microsoft's releasing like this year.
But it goes to show though that Xbox is God, Xbox, as much as there's fucking console fanboys and all this other stuff, like guys, they're helping each other out if anything. PlayStation has a huge player base in terms of the hardware side, whatever not. And Xbox is like, yo, dog, let's use some of that. And guess what? Freaking Forza Horizon and what is it? Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones. Like, I think it was for April. I mentioned. Keep going. Oh goddamn! They want to put Game Pass on there, but yeah. No, Forza Horizon was like and Indiana Jones was like the top selling game of, let's say, like, I think it was like April or something of that month. And you don't,
yeah, it was.
And you don't think
because
that
Sony's not releasing anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't think they're both like loving that because Sony's getting a chunk of it, Microsoft is still getting their chunk of it, and it's like a win-win. It's like when, honestly, as much as I give Apple shit, like Apple doesn't give a crap. Apple loves that Samsung's around because guess who makes their screens? Samsung.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's just like stuff like that. It's like, dude, they're just benefiting off each other as much as we're trying to like separate them apart and only stick to one. It's like no. Like, you make a good point in terms of
I got both, but
yeah, and it's like, why not? No one's stopping you. Like no. you don't have to pigeonhole yourself in a corner.
I guess it's to the greater scheme that like they say this right now. I don't think this is going to last very long because I think they are falling off. I don't think their exclusives are just going to carry them to any easy wins anymore.
Yeah. It's hard because I don't have the like Sony sales numbers or anything. I know their hardware is killing it, but throughout the years, hardware has always not been a profit-making thing, though, to my understanding.
Yeah, well, it is also not Microsoft's focus right now. They don't care.
No, yeah, Microsoft completely has not cared. Yeah,
it's your phone.
But in terms of Sony, like, they have other ways, I guess. Because I'm trying to think in terms of, you know, every company kind of wants to get into the household, and it's like, all right, how do we get inside for the most part? And Xbox is
how
like,
do we get on that couch?
Yeah, if it has a screen, like boom, all right. Because PlayStation is going to be dead last to even maybe put an app, or I could see them doing. They might have it already where you have PlayStation Remote Play available on TVs, maybe. But Xbox is like, yo, dog, we got LG and we got some Samsung TVs. If you don't have a console at all, but you have a decent internet connection, and you want to pay for Game Pass Ultimate so you can have xCloud. And a controller, then by all means you can just play on your TV if you want to. Like, it's oh man.
I think they're gonna fall behind for this. I really do think this will hurt them in the end.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see how they go.
We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna buy the cool games. Like I'll buy their next Ghost game, and you know.
I was gonna say it. So
I love Ghost of Tsushima. Actually,
I guess because it still works
right now.
The first one should be. At this point, it should be. That's the thing.
Well, on the Steam store, because I wanted to replay it on stream.
And see, that's the thing. When it goes to Steam, technically, I guess when it goes to Steam,
already actually
/ Xbox, it's like, for me, I just wait at that point. Not saying Sony still doesn't get their damn cut from it, but still, they probably get less of a cut, I would assume. I don't know.
Is Steam already on Xbox?
It is for Xbox insiders.
So I was surfing Twitter earlier, and I saw the screenshot, and it was like the screenshot of the Xbox, but he on the Xbox he was playing Spider-Man.
Correct. Yes, Tom Warden or whatever his name is.
Because of Steam, and I was like, oh well, there you go, they're already there.
Let's see.
It's still not on fucking sale, bro.
I'll just put this up.
Oh, it
there.
is. It doesn't feel like a sale. It's still $40.
Yeah, so Xbox Insider's gaming library is coming to the Xbox PC app. So basically, yeah, Xbox being the everyone wants their own launcher, but Xbox being the main launcher to then house all your other launchers like Epic and Steam. So then, yes, at that point, you could just launch, like you said, Spider-Man from it or Fortnite or whatever not kind of thing. Like, it'll let you know what library it's in, but at the same time, kind of keep it all in one hub. Which is smart for them because technically that means they're already testing it out before the Ally comes out.
Which is good.
And then, man, Xbox hardware, whether it be in a box or whatever device, like a streaming stick or whatever they end up doing down the road, it's literally just going to be, it's a UI stick at that point. Like, how much memory do you want in this thing? And then, all right, like, dock it or do whatever you need to get the UI to pop up, and you just have a gaming console, but whatever kind of shape and screen size that you want.
They better make it look clean as fuck.
Well, just based off the, let's see, does it go into future stuff now? Based off the Ally picture, clean. It does look clean.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you know it's going to change.
Oh yeah, they need to. You got to throw advertisements somewhere in there.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I hope not. I already bought the damn thing.
Yeah. Which, on like a little side tangent, did you see the article where someone took a pair of AR glasses and they put a advertisement blocker in it?
No.
So like real world, like let's say you looked at a billboard, it would block that out for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's just shit like that people are already thinking of. It's like, oh, it's good
He's
now,
like, nope,
but
don't want to be sold your soap.
Yep, exactly. It's good now, but
that's cool as shit.
Like, all right, they got to make money off this somehow. But I do like them, like Xbox already like putting this out in the waters before the handheld, like the first handheld is out. Because honestly, I'm still on the train of there's going to be a Windows version where you could just buy the Xbox version of it, and you just treat any little device that you make as your own Xbox, honestly. Which I could see that being kind of cool in Xbox, having like a custom build off, if that makes sense. Be like, all right,
that'd be cool.
Anything's in Xbox, build us the coolest thing you can think of, and like go. All right.
I'd have an Xbox in my Xbox.
Just the
That'd be so cool.
The generations of Xboxes. Just
yep. Xbox Inception.
the giant fill machine. But no, it'll look
good
dope.
for you, Sony. Good for you.
They're gonna stick to their guns, but no, Xbox is gonna. Oh, man.
I don't think they do it for. Dude, I think give it another year, 2 years, they're gonna be like, okay, maybe we'll put him there. Okay. They need to add value, bro. They're gonna fall behind on their subscription. Dude, that is like the future of gaming, sadly. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, but it is.
Subscription? Yeah. Like I said, convenience over ownership. Convenience over ownership.
Yeah.
So, because, why pay $80 for a game? Well, not just that. It kind of goes hand in hand with all this, like, what's the app's name? It's like Klarna or whatever it's called. Or Karma, whatever.
Oh, yeah. The
Pay now or buy now,
about.
pay later.
Yeah.
That scheme, that scheme alone is going to take off through any industry. I don't think stands a chance, honestly.
PayPal did that for a bit too.
They still have a system where it does that in terms of like you can get it now but pay later in smaller chunks. That way it seems more manageable. But it's like, bro, this shit fucking nickels and dimes you, and it's gonna add up.
Mm-hmm. It's like paycheck loans. You don't do that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay. But Yeah.
A really gnarly credit card.
Yeah. Okay, I guess if you need to build credit, sure, but at the same time, like, yo, put some numbers in your budget and see where you're sitting at. Don't be guessing your budget. That's the last thing you want to be guessing throughout the day in terms of numbers and everything. So,
well, fun fact for you, when we moved back to Washington,
yeah.
you and Jason were playing Xbox. I didn't have an Xbox, so I rent-a-centered an Xbox.
Yeah, but at that point, correct me if I'm wrong, because I remember looking into that.
I paid like triple the price for my
Oh,
Xbox.
okay. I was curious if that was a thing or not. Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. If it was flat out or if it was more than... Okay.
No, it was like... I can't remember how much it was a month, but it was a reasonable price a month. But
okay.
it ended up adding up to way more than the Xbox was.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I don't know if Microsoft still does it.
I wanted the game.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like how bad do you want something? Because that alone you'll find a damn way to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely don't recommend doing that.
Well, okay, so this is like almost like a counter to that though. My recommendation would be to like not save up for it, but budget it out because, for an example, I don't know if they still do it. They promoted it when it was it the Xbox One? I think it was more towards the Xbox One. No, it was the new Series S and X, I think. Where you could buy whatever one you wanted, and it would determine what the monthly payment was. But by the time you ended up paying it off, it broke even. There was no like extra $5 on top of it or anything like that. And I think it ended up being like $25 a month over. They treated it like literally like it was a cell phone. I think it was about 2 years or so or whatever.
That's not bad.
And it would be paid off. And yeah, at that point, when it's to a point where you're breaking even and you're not, paying the interest and paying, let's say $100 more than what this thing is actually worth, then I think that's okay in my opinion. So
yeah, I would agree with you. I wouldn't recommend doing what I did though. Especially for the OG toaster Xbox or VCR
the
Xbox.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff that's either running faster or not, depending on if it's on a VCR.
Overpriced.
Yeah, that too. But no, I haven't messed with this yet just because I don't want to put it on a PC I have just yet or anything. Just because, again,
SteamOS?
I use it as a game. Honestly, I use most of them as a Game Pass machine than a Steam machine. But it seems like, yeah, games are running faster on SteamOS and Windows 11, which I can completely agree with that just because if you have something OS related that's just strictly for games, this is what we're doing, this is how we're running, and can control it straight from there. It honestly should be running, hopefully, faster than Windows 11 or Windows in general, just because Windows is trying to do, which we've seen from even the ROG Ally stuff and videos and whatever not. People are like, dude, this version of Windows, the Xbox version of Windows, is way better than Windows 11 by itself on even the OG Ally, just because, it's doing too much in the background, which I'm assuming the SteamOS stuff is it just cuts all that shit out. But
this is actually my first time looking at this article. This makes sense. It makes sense, but it makes sense that they're using it on.
Yeah, because it gives obviously your fancy benchmarks here and all this other stuff.
What the fuck is my computer doing right now? I'm in lag and shit.
And arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Are you updating or?
No, see, this is what happens when you don't use SteamOS and you use Windows 11 instead. You get you get some buffers like this, where in SteamOS you wouldn't get buffers.
Lagging. That shit.
I don't know. Maybe open Discord and then minimize it again. Good old Task Manager.
No, it's
But
yeah, I'm gonna. Good old Task Manager. See what's being used. Nothing really, honestly. Absolutely nothing.
But yeah, I don't know if I would, because you can put this, I believe, Obviously, a lot of these cases are going to be within a handheld itself, but I would assume that there's a way to put this on a actual PC. To my understanding, most of these are going to be on handhelds, but I don't see. Okay, so it doesn't talk. It's just talking strictly handhelds for the most part. It doesn't mention possibly just converting your PC over to a SteamOS design thing, which honestly I still wouldn't do, just because I don't know, unless you literally are just going to use it as a Steam machine and you don't play Game Pass or use Game Pass, then by all means go for that. But I don't know. I just use Game Pass every so often. And granted, I haven't opened that freaking app in a hot minute, but so, and tis be summer sometime. So
I found out what was happening.
What was it?
Steam was updating games. 'Cause I opened Steam to check the sale.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to this. Lenovo Legion Go. Okay, it makes sense for the devices they're using it on.
Yes.
Specifically because SteamOS is a Linux-based software.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work entirely well with every PC component out there. So this would be interesting to see. I should install it on one of my several PCs I have laying around just to see.
Yeah, I assume you could, just because granted, these are just basing it off handhelds, but I don't know. That's just a different device, like form factor.
I do know that. Also, the games they picked are, they are very Linux optimized games.
They cherry picked a little bit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which kind of.
Well, I don't know that I don't know that they like fully cherry picked, but I do know that there are several games out there that you can't even play on Linux at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, this would be interesting to see though. I should install it on. I have like a 3070 just sitting under my desk right now. I should install it on that and just see how it does.
Yeah, because my biggest thing would be with it being SteamOS, and if it let's say completely took over, you're not like multi-booting or whatever, not. Yeah, because
like big picture mode or.
Well, you have that, but I'm like, at that point,
it's fully Steam.
Yeah,
you're fully Linux.
You can't do Game Pass and all this other shit on it. So, right?
I think you can.
Because if you could do that, then I would be very interested. But
because my Steam Deck, you can get to a desktop. Remember, I showed you that.
Yeah, see,
and you're able to install other. Yeah, you're able to install other launchers, which I actually had to do, specifically for this like Trials game.
Okay.
So I believe you can actually get Game Pass on there.
Because if that were the case, I'd be interested in it. But at the same time, it's kind of it's making me curious.
Yeah, you can.
If you could do, because I would honestly love to do that just for the living room little guy I got out there in terms of PC wise. Because that's all I'm gonna use it for, honestly.
You can you can install the Xbox app. You go to desktop mode, install Microsoft Edge, configure launch settings, optimize it for Xbox Cloud Gaming.
Is it local?
You wouldn't be able to download Xbox Game Pass. You can't get Game Pass natively.
There it is. Okay. So what I'm wanting then is literally
you can get xCloud.
Yeah, I need this Xbox Insiders beta to, by the end of this year or whatever, not come out of beta, so I can just
release the software.
Yeah, just release the software for all the PCs, and then, dude, you literally just turned you just turned the whole freaking PC world into a potential Xbox at that point.
Oh yeah, I like that idea more than the SteamOS.
Yeah, like you just can, because not only could I still have my Steam library, but I got all the other libraries. But I just literally made this, because even with an Xbox, you can still go on YouTube and this and that and blah blah blah. Like, it's like, holy shit, you just turned the UI on Windows devices to the people that just want to use it for gaming and not Microsoft Office. And you just fucking flip the switch. And I don't know at that point if you consider
removed all the bloat.
Well, yeah, you remove the bloat, but not only that, it's like marketing be marketing. Are they going to then promote it like, yo, dog, we had last night we released the software. We have freaking 5 million extra Xboxes out there. Like, but I would assume they just position it like what platform are people playing it on mostly.
And
but
also,
still.
real quick, do you think they release it for free, or does it cost money?
No, it's free.
Because it would benefit them more.
I think they go gamer move because they want people they want people to use it.
Yeah, because SteamOS is free.
Yeah, you know what are you charging for
Linux
a launcher?
Is free.
Yeah,
yeah.
Windows, Windows technically isn't free, but yeah.
So, Windows isn't free, but
can be, allegedly.
I think they released 2 versions.
Interesting.
I think they released one that is free, that is just for games, and one that is you pay like a little bit for, where you get some other cool features, maybe like to tie in a little bit closer with your actual other Windows PCs, like, you know, like you can stream games from your other Windows PCs or some shit like that.
I'd be curious to know what they have up their sleeve.
I think that they're going to want a little bit money for it, but I also think that they know that it would benefit them more if it was free. I think they try to release 2. Maybe like freed, and then you can pay for like a flat fee of like $10 for these premium features.
I would say premium.
Then again, with Game Pass, they might just give it to you for
free. You just made me think that they're going to do that now. And here's why. Because I literally just thought of Spotify in that moment. In terms of when Xbox, everything's an Xbox.
Exactly.
When everything's an Xbox, and if you have a handheld, guess what? You want to play offline? You're going to have to download that to your console. Maybe pay us, I don't know, $10 a month from a Game Pass thing. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't technically own the game, but you download it from Game Pass, and you'd play it offline. And
maybe one of their premium features is you paid like that flat rate or whatever. Now you can stream the game from your PC to like wherever you're at, like over the internet. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you're at a buddy's house, you can stream a game from your PC to that buddy's house, because that would take a lot of server load from them, or it would not a lot, but it would take some resources
bandwidth
from them.
Yeah.
There's
because as soon as I started thinking about Spotify and other digital services, I'm like, what are they? Because YouTube's the no ads kind of thing. Spotify's like, yo, you can take it offline with you. You can do this, that. It's like that would
you can make a playlist.
Yeah, I'm like, if anything, that would be. I feel like Xbox's move is you're still gonna use Game Pass. You know, you're paying for that, but you know, you can offline is an option if you're somehow able to access a screen basically at this point for playing the game itself. So that could be its paid version. But no, they use this as a free software, because this is just welcome in, kind of into the door kind of thing, and then go from there.
Yep.
So for Game Pass alone,
it's kind of like if you don't pay for Windows, you can't change your wallpaper. You can have entire Windows for free, but you can't change your wallpaper.
That's a premium feature.
Yeah, it's $100 feature.
They'll find a way. There's meetings about it. Don't you worry. They're already cooking it up. But
isn't that crazy though, that you can't make a playlist if you don't have Spotify Premium?
Do they have that as a thing now? You can't make a playlist at all?
You might be able to now, but I remember before I had Spotify Premium, I've had it for what, like 7 years now? 6 years now? No, like 8 years now, huh?
Because I thought the only biggest, like, the deal was, like, you can create a playlist.
Make a playlist.
You can create, interesting, because I was like, you can make a playlist, no big deal, but at the same time, it's like, you're just shuffling the whole time. There's no selection.
That was the whole reason I paid for it, is because I couldn't make a playlist.
Yeah, that was dumb. But
Yeah.
I guess I say that as it worked. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just stuff like that where it's like, all right, that alone, I kind of need that or want that. So you're like, all right, I'll fork over the dough for it. But
Another side note: Spotify is hella terrible to their artists, but
oh yeah, obviously, I can't even say pennies on the dollar because it's not even pennies. It's like micro pennies. But
yeah, it's like fractions of a penny.
yeah, give me a streamer option. That would be dope, so I can listen to whatever, not and just pay them more or whatever. Pay Spotify, whoever kind of shit. But
Yeah.
alrighty. But yeah, if anything,
Anyway,
yeah, SteamOS. Props to you guys for. I think honestly, it's good to have competition in any of that kind of
I agree.
handheld market. So good on them because it'll just make
Dude,
the
I-
whole Xbox experience just that much better.
I applaud the shit out of Steam, and I hope they keep going. Just like what's another good example? Just like Intel with their graphics cards. I
Oh,
applaud
yeah.
the shit out of them. I hope they keep going. I will not buy one yet, but I hope they keep going because they're close, man. They're close.
The second one got
So, like, a
pretty good learning
Yeah.
curve on that shit compared to the first one. So
To the 60 series,
yeah,
they are so close to like mid to low tier. Like,
put the pressure on them because granted, a lot of people, whether it be graphics card or anything like that, people are buying name brand just because it's name brand. So that's what they do. But for the fucking true nerds, I feel like, and it's like, wait, this does what I want it to do or need it to do, and it's cheaper. So
Yep.
so
Let's go. You know what? I take that back. I would buy an Intel GPU for my server because of their encoding. Their encoding is god tier.
oh yeah,
Like for streaming,
it
as
cuts
soon
it in
as they
half.
allow, yeah, it's god tier.
Yeah. Whatever, I can't remember the codecs or whatever that they use for that shit.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
But yeah, it cuts your
Uh,
bit rate in half for double the quality, which is wild.
Yeah, you can stream at like 3,000 and you're getting like 10,000 quality. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
God tier.
another wild thing would be so Vivo X Fold, dude, all these folding phones, man.
Ooh,
Goes
Can we,
official
can we?
with dust resistance and Apple Watch support. All right, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, can we wait on the phone? But let's just do it, and then we'll go to the fair right after.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of
I think this thing looks sick.
it does look sick. What is hilarious? Let's see, because obviously you have again marketing be marketing. They always have these slight fold things. They don't want to show it off fully, and then they see it from a distance, so it looks like a tablet. It's like okay, whatever. And then
Yeah.
the fact that they were somehow able to integrate, because I don't know if you can hook up an Apple Watch to an Android phone now. Maybe yes, no, maybe so. I know it won't
think
work
so,
that well,
actually.
but okay.
You know, I don't know 100%. I don't know anybody that does it, but there's a specific streamer that I watch that I know has an Apple Watch,
Mm-hmm.
but they only show off ever using a Samsung phone. So that could be because they're sponsored by Samsung or something, but they wear an Apple Watch, but they only use a Samsung phone. So I think you can.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. Beyond that, Vivo has put a lot of emphasis on Apple integration. The company says the X Fold 5 can support the flow of iPhone calls, messages, and notification, and also claims a form of Apple Watch support. Okay, let's back that up real quick though. Are they talking full iMessage? That's what I'm curious of. It doesn't show it in any of this
That's what it
marketing
sounds like.
material, but because if it somehow that almost because obviously technically any phone nowadays supports messages because they're on RCS and whatever, not now, but it supports AirPods. But yeah, but everything's Bluetooth at that point. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'd be curious to know when this comes. Let's see, available for order now in China, but yeah, I'm assuming it stays over there. But yeah, I'd be
This doesn't
curious to know, huh?
look like a brand that's going to come to us.
No. And you know what of another
There's
brand
actually
is though?
a lot of
Another
What?
brand that I want to come here, which you can still buy it, but I think it becomes like $200 extra, and it's like you gotta mess with make sure the antennas work and all this other stuff over here. But that would be the Fairphone 6.
Mm.
I will say the green is my favorite too.
the modular phone
Yes.
in a way.
Which leads me to wonder if why is that name slipping off my tongue right now?
Project Ara?
No, they just made the desktops and they have the modular laptops. Linus Tech Tips is involved with them. What's that company?
Framework.
Yeah.
Framework.
Do they get into the phone space? And I guess technically, even if they don't, do I want them to? Yes, because they do a little bit different than even Fairphone does. So
yeah. It would be insane if they got into the phone space. I would buy that right away. I still haven't bought a laptop, but I would definitely buy one of their phones.
I would buy their phone as long as it was like how they treat their desktop and laptops. And by that, I mean, because even I would buy it over even this Fairphone, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So just because...
Because you could buy their phone piece by piece if they did it like their desktop and laptop.
Yep.
And so you could just build it over the course of a year.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Fairphone, great on you, you know, like repairability, modular.
Oh no, this is fantastic.
Obviously, if you're not familiar with Fairphone 2, it's basically, you know, making sure that the materials that's getting used in this thing are fairly mined, and all that good stuff. So just the resources, so resources are ethical, all that stuff. But it's funny because reading the comments, I think it was in the YouTube or Reddit or wherever that was when this was announced. It was talking about like, what's the big deal about, you know, swappable batteries or hot swappable batteries? And people in the comments were like, dude, you're not carrying an extra one around you typically. It's the fact that if your battery gets shot, let's say like, you know, 5 years down the road, you're like, oh, let me buy a new one. You can replace it. Yeah, and like, oh, my phone works good as new now. Let's see, the software wise. What did it say? I know it was a few years that you were able to get software updates with this thing, which is super nice. 8 years of software support.
Yeah. Someone just said, I love the idea, but it has one major flaw. There's no way in hell a phone is going to be usable in 10 years' time.
Bullshit.
So I don't know where they got the 10 years then. Dude. Yeah, ironically, when was the iPhone 10 released? Do you know off the top of your head?
I do not know off the top of my head. The only things that have killed my phone, I guess my phone's in my drawer, the other ones in a sense, is literally the battery.
So a friend of mine at work, he just upgraded from an iPhone 10 to an iPhone 13. So now he has 5G. But he almost used it for 10 years. It was 2017 that was released.
There you go. Yeah, not everyone updates every, I don't know, 2 to 3.
And he wouldn't have upgraded if he didn't get the iPhone 13 from me.
Okay, I was wondering why he went iPhone 13, but obviously, price wise, whatever. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I hooked him up with a good deal.
There you go. That makes sense. Okay.
It was the one I used for my like iPhone challenge, and I'm like, it was all right.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Yeah, because people, I don't know, us nerds, we're going to care about, you know, oh man, it only has 8 years of software support and whatever, like 7 years of security patches and this and that. It's like, dude, as long as the battery is still as like good as day one and you're not constantly charging it, whatever not, dude, people could use their phones throughout. Like, no problem. As long as it's getting calls and messages and they can scroll on whatever damn social media app that they want, sold. So,
yeah, my it doesn't matter to my stepdad. He'll rock an old phone forever.
Yeah, see, he's like, what's the? You could convince the shit out of him and be like, it's not as fast or not as this. It's like, dude, if it works for them, they ain't changing.
No, and that comes down to cost too. They don't want to buy another one. Yeah, and so like this is good enough, you know.
Yeah, boom. The statement of the century: good enough. And sometimes that is obviously enough for people. The one thing that stuck out to me, though, was this damn battery life. I don't know if you saw that at all.
The 4,000 something?
Now, that part's fine. But it says easily replaceable by removing just 7 screws. Fantastic. That will power the phone for up to 53 hours on a full charge.
It has to be standby.
That's the thing. They don't specify it because they also, let's see, do they have it? So this little like
It's just an Android phone, right?
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, so
yeah, that has to be standby.
Well, they don't specify, which sucks. But obviously, some
That
YouTube
battery's
channels will
smaller
have
than
that.
my Pixel.
Yeah, the YouTube channels will have it out and about eventually in terms of these specs, because that's the biggest thing I'm curious about. But not only that, this switch
Such a
right
pretty
here.
phone.
Oh, dude, I'm in love with that green.
Mm-hmm.
The freaking little teal. It's a slider actually. So what it does is
this yellow.
Yeah, it slides it into a dumb phone mode. So instead of like a silencer for your ringer, it turns it into a do not disturb mode, which then wipes your like typical Android experience in a sense and just gives you the font of like 5.
Like the essential phone.
Yeah, exactly. So phone,
Mhm.
calendar, Gmail, text, and let's say like, I don't know, camera, maps, whatever not. I don't know if you can go
Yep.
beyond the
Yep.
5 or whatever. But that's where my assumption is in terms of this whole 53 hours on a full charge.
Mm-hmm.
Because then at that point you're dumbing everything down, and not only that, but as soon as you wipe out notifications on a phone, the phone isn't constantly like, updating or searching for stuff, so it's just chilling.
Yep. Not vibrating all the time, not like blinking, flashing lights and shit.
Yep.
God, it's such a pretty phone, man.
Yeah, so EU only, well, for the most part, EU based, let's just say that. New model will be only available in the US through Murena, which is basically, I don't know if that's like a store or what, but I know it's like a de-Google, yeah, it's a de-Googled version of Android kind of thing. But yeah, okay, so this also gets me thrown into a loop a little bit. It's available for pre-order now for $8.99, but it's up above. It talks about it being like $700. What's up with the pre-orders being $100 more than the actual price? That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
Like why? You're not getting it any sooner. And I don't know if these sell out, I guess, but it's like, I don't know why. I don't ever see myself doing that. I'm like, I'm not paying an extra $100 just to pre-order something.
No, never.
So no, it's got all your.
In fact, I should be paying less.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm eager about this. Let me take $50 off, or because it is modular or whatever. Not give me one of these accessory pieces for free or half off.
Yeah, throw in the weird lanyard thing.
Yeah, rock that around your
or the
your neck
wallet
or something.
case.
But
dude, such a pretty phone. I do hope more manufacturers do things like this.
That's why I want that other company to do it, because like you mentioned, it'd be
sucks?
piece by piece instead of just the back of this, because these modular accessories, they're great for this phone, but they're not I don't believe they worked on Fairphone 5. So they kind of need to make sure that this back kind of stays the same, hopefully into this Fairphone 7, next year or whatever not. So that way these accessories don't just die with one phone.
Yeah. Yep.
But
you know what sucks too, though? We kind of tried something like this, and they just did it too soon, in my opinion.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
The Moto mods.
That was just the mods themselves.
Backs.
Sorry, I was thinking
they had like
the skins or whatever. Yeah.
They had like the external battery, the better camera, the projector. We tried this. We just did it too soon. We did it too soon. They should have waited. It'd be so much better nowadays.
But the fact that because that's what I'm thinking. Granted, they just got into the desktop space and all this other stuff, but man, if Framework could make a phone, dude, because
Framework, please be our savior.
That would be our Let's see what would I give up for that? Because the thing that keeps me onto my current Pixel, honestly, right now, literally the biggest thing is maybe like a calling feature in terms of like the scam kind of shit. Everything else is more like I could get that experience on a different Android phone that I can think of.
Oh, real quick, now that we're talking about your Pixel, did you update it?
To what?
Do you have the 8 or the 7?
The 7.
Did it get the update? Did you do a recent update that was large? It was like
Material
2 gigs or 1.5 gigs.
Well, let me go grab it to see if I have it available. I thought I did, but at the same time, does the...
You have that skin on it.
Yeah, it doesn't transfer when you have the skin on it still, right?
I don't know.
I don't think it does. Let me see if I have an update,
it did.
though.
It did. Like this, my phone did update. Yes.
Oh, do you have the
I have
drop
that
down
skin on it?
What's it look like?
But it didn't change anything for this one. But for my 9, dude, like I now have like this thing called Pixel VIPs, and they updated they updated how AI interacts with like, and you can make like AI stickers and stuff now. It's a cool little update actually. I was like, wow, there's some pretty cool features that they added.
Yeah, let me grab it to see. I swear I updated it, but with that skin on there, I think again I didn't notice it because with that launcher or whatever, that is my home screen. So it's like I don't
not much
because I know what the material
much
stuff.
For my home screen.
Yeah, because I know what the material stuff, expressive, whatever they called it. It was a lot of it was like color and somewhat slight design tweaks, but I haven't seen anything. Let me see though.
Like Pixel Studios got a little bit of a revamp too.
All right, let's see. Settings. All right, where is...
Damn, she must have found the remote. I'm gonna check on my wife real quick.
Yeah.
I think she found the remote.
All right, checking for update. Yep, it says it's updated. On your, whether it be Pixel 9 or whatever not, I'd be curious to know when it says your last update was. Mine says June 5th, so I'm assuming around that time is when that update kicked in. But yeah, I haven't seen anything because of that launcher. I'd have to kick it back to the the Pixel launcher just to see. Oh yeah, it literally says your device was updated. Check out our new features on your device. But it's like, dude, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I won't. Yeah, it says Pixel VIPs, expressive captions.
Yeah, there's. I actually really like the Pixel VIPs.
That's just basically dots on your home screen, right? Am I right?
Yeah, 1 second. I'll kind of show it.
Choose up to 8 VIPs, bro. We're back in the freaking MySpace days.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
Tap on Pixel VPs. Choose up to 8. Okay, now where do they sit though? I guess once they're all said and done, are they just on the top of your messages and calls and everything?
Well, you can kind of
hit next. Provide VIPs with permissions like text. Add widget to home. I don't know if I add widget to home. I'm assuming they just get by everything.
Basically, yeah, it's a widget that I added to home, and then like, here's I'm not gonna click on any of them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but as soon as you click on their like picture, it'll show you their location, and your last like text or call with them. It's a pretty cool little feature.
Birthdays, reminders, and more. Okay.
And then it tells you their birthday, and all that kind of stuff right there.
Does it tell you their birthday only if you put it in their contacts already? I'm assuming that would be the case.
It depends on if it's linked with their if their contact info is linked to their Gmail, then the Gmail they'll get their birthday from the Gmail.
Captions, camera, got some improvements. It looks like
Pixel Studio was fun.
Oh, is that creating like your own emojis and like you said, pictures or whatever? Not.
No, you do that in text messages, but Pixel Studio is like a AI image developer. So I had it make me like just like brand. I actually tried to like see how far I could push the limits of it. It's pretty locked.
Oh, okay. Is it still cartoony? Does it try to do that cartoony stuff, or does it try to be a little bit more realistic?
Yes, you can get it to be. You can get it to be decently realistic, but Yes, it is definitely leaning more on the cartoony side. Let me see
Okay.
if I saved any of the ones that I made.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what.
Oh, I had to like make me like logos too. I was just seeing if it could
Okay.
make it like a decent logo, and it actually came up with some cool ones. This one I thought it fucked up, but no, it like turned the L into the E as well.
Oh shit.
It
Okay.
like tried to do a little like design creativeness. I liked. I thought that was sick too. Yeah, but yeah, it actually did a pretty decent job.
Not too bad.
This will be my banner eventually.
Oh, let's see.
I thought that was dope.
It made that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
Yeah, that'll be my banner at some point. It's got like controllers, a little like dude wearing headphones.
Another one, because I'm assuming for that, did you have to put in a prompt, correct?
Mhm.
So in Google, Google does offshoot kind of stuff. So for an example with
Yeah, they
this
have-
with this thumbnail, I used it was Google Image, like FX or whatever not, and it's part of their like lab stuff, and that's another one that you could
Yeah.
always use for that kind of crap. But they got so many freaking things to.
Is that done by AI?
Yeah. It all
think
depends
that's
on
their-
what the prompt is and everything like that. But they have so many things pulling in information for them, I feel like, that it's just like just collecting it all wherever they can get it. Just name a different program something else and people funnel in that way and this and that. And it's like, dude, just capture it all
I
at
think
this
it
point.
all. So I think all of their like image generation is done through their like vector AI, I believe is what it's called, and they just like slap a different name on it. I think that's like their image generation AI service.
That sounds about right.
I think it's called Vector. Vector.
Yeah, I was trying to see any
Pretty cool, though.
other updates
Oh,
or anything
dude.
like that. But yeah, the freaking
I wonder if
launcher
the-
blocks all that crap.
I wonder if the AI emojis work in our messaging app. I'm gonna try real quick. So you click on the
Okay.
emoji, then you click that little heart thing, and then you create with AI, and we're gonna make a leaky faucet smiling.
Oh, let's see. How do you? Yeah, what do you have to click on to create your own? I guess.
Okay, so it made the leaky faucet, but it didn't smile. So you click on the little like emoji thing at the bottom, right?
One sec. Let's go back.
And then you click on.
Yep.
So like when you're at text, you click on emoji, and
Yep.
then you click on like it looks like a sticky note with like the
Little
Gemini
face on it.
diamond in the middle. No.
One
It's
second. Let me.
it's
Oh.
the sticky note with like a little diamond on it,
Okay. And that's how you create
and
them.
then you click.
Why do
and
I
then you
not have
click
that?
Create with AI. You might need like a messaging app or something update.
Is it in the basic, like, normal messages in Google? Let's see. I know there's the create button right there, but that doesn't allow me to. That creates from. That's making stickers, basically.
Yeah, it's create with AI. It is a sticker that you're creating with AI. Well, it says create with AI after you click into that tab. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have that? Let's see. Yeah, but so like on the normal Google messaging app, it literally when I click create, it goes select an image for a photo emoji. But I don't want to create it from an image. I want to just be able to prompt it.
So like in just the regular, where do you see create? Create from image,
Yeah, I don't want it from image.
and
About
it's okay. See, I have create with image. It also says create with AI next to it.
What are you? Is this the Pixel 9 you're using?
Yeah, but it works on the Pixel 8 too. Here, I'll show you.
Does it work on the 7 though? Probably not. Them sons of bitches.
No, it should though, shouldn't it?
I would hope so. Oh, wife beater! Don't even give me that shit, dude. Wife beaters are like.
Oh.
Here, let me scrunch this up a bit.
It
Walmart
doesn't work
special,
on the
boys.
8.
Yee yee.
Oh,
Nah,
It
dude,
actually
whatever.
doesn't work on the 8.
Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, so it's a Pixel 9 only thing
No, it is a Pixel 9 thing.
for now. Come on, Google. You know for a
Shit.
fact. You know for a fact you could put it down here. Because I would love to create
I
some
wonder if it's
stuff like
something that's
that,
gonna
not just
come-
the stickers.
I wonder if it's going to be something that comes later.
I was wondering. I was like, what do you
Damn,
mean
that's
with the
that's
diamond in
bullshit,
there?
actually. Oh, that's so unfortunate, actually. I'm a little sad for you now.
I know.
Because it's actually kind of cool.
No, I can't. Yeah, because what? Then Studio its own app for you?
Yeah, Pixel Studios.
It's called.
Is that on the 8?
Yeah, because let's see. Google. Yeah, I don't get nothing. I don't get
Did
no
I have to-
studio, no nothing. Tomato, potato.
Did I have to download that? I can't remember. Let me check. Pixel Studio.
Probably came with.
No, it did come with. It's
What's
not on
good,
the App
dude? What's
Store.
good, man?
Damn. Well, anyway, so since we're talking about the Pixel, should we go over a few other things?
Yeah, go for it.
So, fun fact for you, right? Right? You ready for this?
Ready.
The Google Pixel is getting banned in Japan.
Yeah, why?
So, the Pixel 7 is getting banned in Japan, which is crazy because Japan is one of Pixel's like largest markets.
Uh-oh.
And apparently they're violating some patents, and they weren't properly licensing how their phones communicate with cell towers, and
Interesting.
and the patent, however, wasn't licensed under fair and reasonable conditions. So the Pixel 7 is being banned from sale, and there's potential that the 8 and 9 also get banned.
Just in time for the Pixel 10 to come out.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, Pantech is now filing another lawsuit against Google targeting the more recent 8 and 9 series. So, unless the two companies reach a compromise, these two might face the same fate. So, that's unfortunate for them. I'm sure they'll work that out, though. Google is large. They're a big company.
I'm
and
assuming the
I
Fold
think
then,
Pantech's
too?
a pretty big company, too. But
The Fold should be in that
yeah,
category.
all of it.
Okay. So what you're
Well,
saying is...
I think the Fold just falls into 9, right? Pixel
Yeah.
9 Fold, Pixel
Yeah.
9.
Oh, so what you're saying is the Pixel 6 just went up in value.
Yeah, basically. In Japan.
Yeah.
In Japan.
I'm like,
So,
I'm trying to think
that's
if that were to happen. You say banned? So like,
yeah, banned from being sold. You know what's crazy?
oh, so if you
real
already
quick?
have one, you're fine then.
Yeah, if you already have one, you're fine.
Interesting. No
dude,
one's buying a 7 right
Pixel
now.
outsells the Pixel outsells Samsung in Japan.
Oh, why is that? That is interesting. Huh.
So, like, they are one of the largest phone. The Google's Pixel is the second largest smartphone in Japan, only second to Apple.
I wonder what that margin is, though. That margin's probably pretty big. But still. If it's
Yeah, well, yeah,
overpowering
probably.
Samsung, though, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's why this was such a big deal.
Huh.
Yeah,
Dude,
we'll
this
see.
is gonna
We'll
be a
see.
slap
I'm
on the
sure
wrist,
that
though.
dude. Yeah, I'm sure they'll resolve this. It's just a patent issue. Just like pay the guy the royalties and get your phone sold again. Fuck it, right?
Or, well, not even that. You don't even, well, for, like... depending on how long it takes for the legality of it. Like, okay, we can't sell... Because the 7 is... It's already set in stone, set in ink in terms of it can't be sold, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, it's fine. Like, dude, just go buy an 8, 9. You know what I mean? Like, that's Google's probably
Yep.
mentality, and like we're phasing that phone out anyway. Do they even sell that on this? They don't even sell that on the Google Play Store. I don't
No.
think. Yeah, so it's just like,
No, you could get an 8 Pro still on the like Google Fee Store, but
Yeah.
you can't get an 8 even.
yeah. So they've already phased that out in terms of the whole selling thing. So they're good on that. Yeah, and all depending on legality and how long that takes. It's like, yep, 8 and 9, they're banned. All right, I guess I'll get the 10 when it comes out this
Well-
year. Like,
We're already at 12.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, because it took what 4 years to ban the 7. Like,
oh, then,
girl,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
In
they'll be
other
fine.
phone news, though, in other phone news, I'm sure you heard about this. We now have the Trump phone, the Trump mobile phone. Did you hear about this? Tell me you heard about this.
Yes, I've heard about this, and man, oh man, never did I think tech and politics would go so hand in hand sometimes.
The bro, yeah, the 47 plan because he was 45 and 47.
Yeah,
Guess
yeah,
how much
yeah.
it costs?
For the phone
Guess how
itself?
much it is a
Or
month?
oh man,
No, for the service.
it comes with some random ass shit too. Where's it at? This article
Bro, the
does a decent
service,
job, but
this the service is $47.45 a month because he was president number
oh
47 and president number 45.
man, I really want to know what phone this is, and oh man, this is the beautiful
So do I.
thing.
The T1 phone, bro.
This is the beautiful thing of freaking of YouTube, because
So-
people just have that money that just like, you know what, I'm buying this, and there's already videos out, I think, of people maybe using it or having it or whatever. Not, it's just hilarious.
So a couple funny things about this, right? This was announced when it was announced like not too long ago. I can't remember the exact
Like
day.
within the week, yeah.
But when it was first announced, on this website, it said this phone was made in America.
And it is not.
Sad.
day.
They removed that. It is not made in America. It says it's brought to life right here in America with American hands behind
Yeah, by
every device.
what?
but
Turning it
is-
on? Is that bringing it to life?
It doesn't. Does not have the Made in America stamp anymore.
Good lord. I hope it comes with that
Honestly,
background
the phone,
pre-installed. I really hope it does.
The specs itself really aren't that bad.
Oh man. What's the battery life? Does it
But it
ever
doesn't-
say?
It doesn't go over, dude. It's a bigger battery than the Fairphone, 5,000 milliamps. But it doesn't go over the processor, what Snapdragon or whatever the fuck's in it.
Oh wait, you're supposed to put a processor in these things? Dude, what? It's just a
But
gold.
I mean, like the battery's pretty
man.
solid, camera's solid, 120 hertz refresh rate's pretty solid. I think it's gonna be trash though. I think it's gonna be.
Dude, you know
E-waste
what this
trash
reminds me
today.
of? You know what I need a comparison of? I need a comparison of any YouTubers out there. I'm just sending this out there just in case, whatever not. I need a comparison of this phone versus the Pablo Escobar phone. Like, that's what I want to see. Because honestly, that's what this feels like. It feels like a goddamn cash grab, and it's just hilarious. I'm just like, dude, I ain't spending.
Water real quick. I'll be right back.
Ain't nobody spending $4.99 on this thing unless you're a YouTuber and you're making content and you're just like, you know what, screw it, I got $500 burning a hole in my pocket because I already bought the Switch 2. So, it's just wild. All without the inflated price tag. You don't say. Good lord, just cracks me up. Yeah, what services? Let's see. I'm trying to see what services it uses if it ever mentions this. Let's see. Yeah, so let's see. T1 phone ship in September. Only time I could find was later this year. So, oh man, you want to talk about a great Christmas gift? Here you go, boys. Here you go.
I just think the greatest part of it. I think the greatest part of it is the price, bro. That is so funny. But I do believe. You know what? Never mind. I don't know. I actually don't know what company would partner with them comfortably to host their phones. It looked like T-Mobile, based on like the T in the middle of the United States, right there, 5G nationwide network, blah blah blah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was T-Mobile, but it doesn't actually state. I don't think.
Oh man, I can't. I'm so curious. I want to see. Let's see. Obviously, a typical reviewer review this thing, picture
Plan's not
quality,
bad.
whatever not. And then not only that, but jerry rig everything just to tear this thing apart. I just want to see what's on the inside, like you said. What,
I think Google Fee is cheaper.
what are we rocking? Yeah, you're gonna get this thing unlocked and use it on Google Fee or what, dude?
No, fuck no. I mean, well, I'm not, it might be a fair enough phone. Who knows? But I think Google
For a
Fi
fair
is a
enough
cheaper
phone, I might as
plan.
well get the fair phone.
Yeah. How much do I pay per person?
Oh man, just cracks me up. Pay for
Yeah,
person.
so my
eh?
plan is
Well, you're like $35.
my plan is currently at $40 a person
Yeah,
for
see,
unlimited everything.
cheaper. Yeah.
So, yeah, Google Fi is cheaper than this. I recommend Google Fi to everybody I talk to.
Yeah, on a little side tangent, they have their they have an individual, what is it? Individual unlimited line now instead of like doing the chunked out stuff for $35. I'm like, yeah, like
Yep.
honestly, if anything,
It's
if anything,
unlimited essentials, I believe.
besides like YouTube, I feel like feed doesn't get talked about enough because it's one of those things that Google, knock on wood, hasn't killed off. So,
Thank God.
yeah.
Thank God. If they kill Fi, I don't know where I'd go, honestly.
I'd maybe venture over to Mint,
I'd
but
probably
that's
end up
about
on
it.
like Boost or
Yeah.
I'd probably end up on like Boost, Mint, or Metro.
Yeah, it gives me a little joy every time someone at like Costco or whoever in the mall or something like
Doesn't know what you're talking about.
well, either that or they're like, working for Verizon or whatever not. And they're like, "Hey man." I'm like, "Hey, what phone plan do you got?" I'm like, "Google Fi." He's like, "Okay, have a nice day." I'm like, "Yep, say bye."
Dude, half the time, okay, I think I've told this story, but every time I have to call Comcast, they try to sell me Xfinity Mobile, and every single time I like say nope, don't want it, and they're like, "What phone plan do you got though?" And I'm like, "I got Google Fi," and they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And I explain it, and then I'm like, "You guys cannot beat this price, I promise you."
Yep.
And
Go ahead and try.
they're like, "Oh, but we could do this," and I'm like, "No, stop, please, stop. I don't want to talk to you.
You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm not
Stop.
gonna buy it. You're really not working. This is not working. Me and you are not working." But yeah, I just had to bring those up.
Oh yeah,
Phone things.
I've completely
Phone-related
forgot.
stuff.
Yeah, good call. Cracks me up. Yeah, speaking of phone things, and granted, this one I think is a little bit more recognizable, but the Apple, phone, the Apple ecosystem.
CarPlay.
Yeah, CarPlay. Not just CarPlay, good sir. CarPlay Ultra.
New CarPlay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's actually called?
It is literally called Ultra because we don't
It
want to use
actually
Pro
is
anymore.
called that. Holy shit.
Yep.
Okay.
But let's see, for
Okay.
the most part here. Granted, this article has, I believe, maybe have switched. We'll see. Because I did watch another video today and oh no, okay, we're good here. This one's updated. Yeah, so car manufacturers who've adopted already Aston Martin, which is shown in this image here. So it literally, you don't have to plug in your phone, but once you have your iPhone, turn your car on, your typical peasant Aston Martin car. But yeah, it takes over any screen available. It'll take it over with the CarPlay Ultra. So then at that point, it's Apple's world, and you're kind of just living in it or driving in it, I should say. Which a lot of manufacturers are kind of getting iffy about now because they're like, we don't want you to have that much control over our stuff, if that makes sense. Not saying you need an iPhone to do that, but if Apple does get a hold of being the best experience for something, then it's like, all right, now who has control? Who has the power of literally the experience of
who
someone's
owns
driving to a point?
Yep.
Not only that, but it's a bigger play into the whole aspect of, because even when I was testing out autopilot and that stuff on my little Tesla trip there's definitely going to be a point in the future, and it's just going that way anyway, where if cars do end up, or you're in a vehicle that drives itself, driving experience is completely wiped out. So it doesn't matter if Aston Martin's making the car or Porsche's making it or whoever's making it, that experience is gone. And then at that point, Apple, let's say, takes over because now they're the entertainment, and it's
Yep.
and then you're paying
They're the king.
You're paying maybe Apple to be like, hey, come to our cars, instead of Apple paying you to be in the car itself or something like that down the road. So yeah, they definitely want a little bit more control. But it seems like Aston Martin is at least on board with Porsche, Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis planning to adopt it. With Ford, Nissan, Jaguar, Infiniti, unsure. But yeah, the no plans to adopt is Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, Polestar, Renault, and BMW. And it's just funny, yeah.
I don't blame any of them.
GM actively blocking it, but Volvo and Polestar make sense because that's completely literally the basis of those systems right now, at least, which is kind of funny to say. So I'd be curious to know what the difference is. Is they're using Android Automotive as their base, at least for the EV stuff, to my understanding. I don't think it's in the gas vehicles, but yeah, it's interesting to go. How you're okay with one but not the other, I guess. So
maybe they have like a good relationship with and they probably have a little bit more freedom over
control.
Yeah.
Android
side.
Like you almost in a sense, because I could almost see
they could probably build it themselves.
Well, yeah,
Android's very open source.
Or what Google maybe does is they kind of treat it like I don't know, like a website design kind of thing, like Squarespace or something, where it's like we give you the tools to do it,
build it for your car.
Yeah, but you build it. We ain't touching shit. we got the engine for you, but
however you want it.
Yeah, which Apple does.
Where
not
Apple,
like that.
I don't see them ever doing that.
No,
they didn't even want people to repair their phones.
Yeah, true. So now, yeah, they'll. It's not a check engine light. It's a take this to a. Hey, what's up? You mad about Apple? Yeah, no, me too. But
you mad about Apple? Me too.
But yeah, there's one on board, and granted, obviously, there's more brands out there. You know what? Actually, the fact that, yeah, because they're underneath them, I'm surprised it wasn't mentioned. Audi is under. Well, damn. That's confusing now. Porsche, and to my understanding, Porsche and Audi are under the VW roof. So it's interesting.
Volkswagen?
Yeah, it's interesting to have. I guess they're their own separate company, but you would almost think that you don't see the parent company in here. I guess if that makes sense.
No.
In terms of,
and you would think that they would work together.
Yeah, you'd be like, wait, why does Porsche want to adopt it and Audi doesn't? But at the same time, VW's the parent of all these guys. So I'd be curious to know which way they go. Again, you do not see, I feel like, the big dogs in here. Honda,
Toyota.
Yeah, Toyota. So, but yeah, I kind of surprised Nissan's still evaluating, because from what I've seen, I feel like they just need to get on board with anything at this point to keep selling stuff. But that could just be what I've seen online. It could be different. So,
yeah,
but
well.
It's all about your experience.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Well, not only that, another big
one
thing too
thing.
is, what if you have an Android and you go in here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. How do you use it?
Is my Aston
How do you
Martin
integrate?
unfortunately
Well, I mean,
going to
you
be
can use it, but
going to be shitty? I guess there's that difference, the discrepancy.
is your experience?
Yeah. So, we'll see. And
one good thing I will say is Apple is very, very secure on all of your data. So, like, if you they're not going to partner with the cops to tell them about you speeding.
True. Like send in the maps. Like, yo, this guy, get him, book him. Yeah, it is another.
They were literally. Yeah, they were literally getting sued to unlock people's phones, and they said, "Nope, can't do it. Sorry."
Yeah, which is good for them, because that's good marketing too at the same time. So
huge.
But it is also another point of, I don't know. It is private. Don't get me wrong. That is a good thing to do. But it is another thing of collecting data though at the same time. Like, it is, again, how can we stay connected to the people that are, our lifelines in a sense? Put it in the car. Like,
yeah. They're collecting all the data, but they're not using it against you.
Yeah, true. Well,
yeah, they are.
Well,
What am I talking about? Yeah, they are.
I
They're not
did
using it against you maliciously.
that we're aware of. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
'cause-
they are. Never mind. They totally are because they're trying to sell you a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Well,
So never mind. I don't know what I'm
going
trying to say. Here. They're not
countering
selling it
that
to
a
other
little bit.
people.
Sure. Yeah. They'll just sell it back to you. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
Because to counter that, I did see a discrepancy where a lot of people were pissed off. I'm assuming you have to have at least one card or something like that set up in your Apple Wallet, but it used Apple Wallet as a promotion scheme to promote the new F1 movie. And it literally had like a notification or drop down like, oh, by the way, F1 is coming out or whatever, not like, make sure to buy some tickets. And people were like, what the fuck? I don't want to be marketed in my wallet app. Like, take that shit out. Like, give me notifications if I spend my money, but don't have notifications like, hey, go do this. Hey, check this out. Like, no, not the wrong time and wrong place. So,
dude, it would be like an out of touch fucking tech company that would do something like that. You know what I mean? That sounds like something an out of touch fucking tech company would do.
I would be like, well, that's one way to verify to have people. I guarantee the freaking search for how to turn off notifications or how to change notifications in Apple Wallet had a little bit of a surge. So,
yeah, it definitely did.
but,
How do I make this go away?
yeah, how do I make it disappear? But speaking of going away, and by that I mean drivers, yeah, Tesla's robotaxis are out and about in Texas. And granted, this was a very, very small group of hand-selected people, Tesla influencers for the most part. I would assume good, not good and, good or bad kind of thing, but mostly the good ones. So a little bias there off the rip. But yeah, there were some moments in terms of the vehicles needing to be self-corrected. But I do not believe that there were any that were like crashed. You know what I mean? So, do I still see this being a thing in the future? Absolutely. So,
guaranteed.
Yeah, in terms of giving this company shit, or honestly, Waymo shit back in the day or whatever, not about cars driving themselves around and all this stuff like that. Having a little bit of experience behind the wheel of when the car kind of does basically drive itself. If there's lines, a computer just gets thrown. It's ones and zeros. Any variability you throw at it, it's gonna have. There is no 0.5
combination of ones and zeros.
Yeah, so it's a yes or no option. So it's gonna pick one. There's no maybes like, maybe I should do this. No, it'll figure it out, and it typically relies more, or at least leans more on the cautious side, I will say.
Which is smart.
Yes, which is again, hence why it did some weird stuff in here. What did it do? Yeah, videos posted online showing the robotaxis driving over the speed limit and in one case swerving into the wrong lane. Curious if they'd have that video here. Let's see what it does. Oh, it's a 22-minute.
I'm clicking the link.
22-minute long video. Let's just scrub that and see where we go. I'm assuming it's towards the end because
there's speed up too on X.
Oh. I'm still waiting. That's an oncoming car.
From the left lane.
If you find it, let me know. No, I was briefly scrubbing through and I didn't see. Oh. Is this where it's at? He's zooming in on. No? He's just zooming on the screen with the screen seeing. Interesting.
Well, this is like a lane that's partitioned, so I don't know how.
Oh, he's got timestamps down below. Let's see. Stop sign, blinker, but no turn. Left turn. Decides. Let's see. Reroute. That was another thing too. I'm so curious how they do roundabouts. It probably handles it fine, but
these are such they're pretty important issues, but they're so minor compared to things that could have gone wrong.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
They're fairly important still. You know what I mean? And
don't get me wrong. Yeah, honestly, if you're still believing what take politics out of this. If you're still believing in what Elon Musk says in terms of what something can do, you have not known, I think, his companies, himself, or even Tesla for that long, to be honest, because hence why they call it Elon time. And you take everything that he says with a small grain of salt, just in terms of the point of what something can do, because I guarantee engineers that are at that company and all this other stuff be like, wait, what? It can do that? And be like, no, it can't do that. Just yet. Like, yeah.
It will. I promise.
Yeah, I promise it will. It'll be the next six months. Yeah, no. To the scale, at least, of what is being said, no. But in terms of what they're doing now, though, dude, if anything, just like AI, you start small and you start with these little secluded areas that it gets familiar with. It gets the data it needs to collect, and slowly but surely expand on the data that's the new data that needs to come in. So you just keep training it over and over and over and over again. So it's all about the speed of how fast can we get that. Yeah, how fast can we get this data going? Hence why AI has just blown up, is because it can just constantly fail and relearn so fast compared to anything else for the most part. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's all about the speed of learning. So this will definitely be a thing in the major cities. I don't know. I can almost see it. Well, I guess the hard part is
it being everywhere, bro.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Well, eventually.
The hard part is this article's mentions in terms of catching attention of federal safety regulators. Sorry, regulators, but hopefully you kind of have some stuff in the works already, because Waymo's been out for quite a while now, and it shouldn't take Tesla themselves to be like, oh, let's pay attention now. It's like, no, you guys. That's the hard part. Granted, these companies need to be in check a little bit, but they're trying to push it forward, but they can't go as far as they would like, given the time or whatever, not, because laws also need to catch up at the same pace. So little cat and mouse action. But yeah, this will definitely be in the future for sure. Would I still like to own a car? If I still had the money, hell yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But if it's one of those things where it becomes, again, it's the future, a subscription of, I don't know, $20 a month, give or take on tiers and, whatever, how long you need to use it for, your distance, all this other stuff. But yeah, if you're just using it, I don't know, back and forth to work or something, then people are easily going to do that. Just one-off trips or whatever not. Yeah, I think
back from the bar, back from
easily.
a party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get events, all that stuff.
This will be, in so many ways, this will be better than an Uber. And the reason for that is a lot of people that maybe not a lot, but there is a portion of people that don't like taking Ubers, or what's that other one?
Lyft.
Well, I guess Lyft. They don't like taking those because they don't like social interactions. They don't like talking to the person. They don't like, you know what I mean? So they get uncomfortable with getting in a stranger's car or something like that. This removes that entirely, because there's nobody else in the car but you. So no. I could see this really taking off for the what's the word for them? Those people that are just like socially just disconnected. They just don't want to see people. They don't want to talk to people.
Oh, beyond like introvert?
Like me. Yeah, like me.
Well, all depending too, because again, maybe you just got done with the event, so yeah, you technically have seen people, but car wise, you could care less about it. Just get me to point A to point B. I don't need a conversation, along the way, kind of thing.
Or listen to some dude's music. Oh, one of the coolest features of this. Did you see the video where he got out of one robo-taxi, got into another robo-taxi, and it synced the song that was playing in the first one to the next one?
Interesting. That's just continues right off.
That was super
okay, I didn't
cool.
know that.
I was like, holy shit, that's dope.
So it just knows, yeah. Well, I guess it would be, I'm assuming at that point it's just all connected to your phone, so it would know you're in
Your
the
Tesla
car
app.
and whatever not. Yeah, you're true. The Tesla app. Yeah.
Or I assume it's a Tesla app. I don't know
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause invite list, obviously.
Yeah. I would still definitely want. I feel like owning a car, because I feel like obviously you should still have that right if you want to
Bro,
own a
I'd buy
car.
a
Go for it.
Tesla.
Well, God, that's their big old scheme too.
Because then I
is-
could rent it to the fleet.
Yep. Like, oh, I'm not using
Yep.
this for the weekend. All right, rent mode. Here you go.
Let's make some fucking money.
Rent
Yeah, let's go.
mode.
Pay for my pay my car payment.
Exactly. It's just their whole. That was the whole spiel. This whole robotaxi thing going out is one day they'll be able to. If you have a Model 3 right now, you'll be able to do a software update and bam, rent it out or do this or that and blah blah blah. But again, grain of salt, people. Not saying it wouldn't be cool to do that, but because God, especially
hope
at
it
night, like you said, granted you're taking a risk there of maybe people puking it up a little bit. It would happen at least once, but all right.
Oh, guaranteed.
But all right, car.
It'd be worth it though.
Go do your bar run. go, car.
Yep,
So,
yep. Go.
I'm
it's
sleeping.
a Friday night. Go do your thing.
Yeah, I'm sleeping, but you can go make me some money.
The one other, I guarantee he's already working on this too. The one other thing he needs to get figured out is now self-charging.
Which is funny because way back in the Model S days, they had this snake-looking thing that would auto find where the charge port was, and it would plug itself in. But
Real? I saw that. I saw a video of that. I
Well,
thought
it's
it was just like.
it's a prototype. You can easily make a prototype.
Mhm.
Prototypes are the easiest part of making something typically, but they never made mass market anything like that.
Mhm.
But for some reason they're thinking, because I'd actually have to see what these robotaxis do in terms of the charging, if employees have to do that or what, because they mentioned wireless charging, but at the same time, dude, unless it's a puck,
How are you gonna do that?
yeah, unless it's a puck and it just slaps
That
to the
slaps
bottom of it,
underneath or something.
yeah, to not lose as much energy transfer as possible, then sure, whatever not. But I feel like we already have enough of an issue with charging speeds, sort of. So it's you're not making that fast compared to just plugging it in. So,
Yeah.
but yes,
Wait,
plugging
how-
it in would be nice in terms of
That would definitely be a
self-plug-in.
modification to the car too. There's
Yes.
no way there's
MagSafe,
there's no way there's
basically.
a setup pogo pin sitting underneath a car that nobody knows about yet.
Yeah, no. So,
But yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's the only other thing that needs to be figured out. And then this is straight up goated. Well, and then more Tesla stations, even in my town, I think there's only one Tesla charger in this town. You would know. How many were there?
Where did I have? Well, technically I didn't go there. I think there's maybe Centralia had one off. I don't know if Chehalis had one specifically.
I think it was only Centralia that had, and it's that one oh fuck, we just doxed me.
No, we didn't. But if I say
But,
Boise, it's fine.
I guess yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's fine.
I think it's the only one at that strip mall. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Over by the.
They would have to do it for a fleet of
Fuck, what's over there?
the cars themselves, but it's just funny in terms of
Mm-hmm.
hell, any charging station I pulled up to, maybe there was one other person charging at the same time. You're using them for road trips.
You know what I kind of picture?
Around town, not so much, but what?
I kind of picture something like a car wash that you pull in, and there's a robot arm that sticks out and sticks the charger in.
If they could
know what I mean?
figure it out, yeah.
Like the car pulls in and it goes,
It's just
and then there's a bunch of them,
no, they easily could. I don't know what they're charging
and then there's
infrastructure will be.
solar panels on top.
Of the roof, yeah. They have them currently at
Yeah,
the
smart.
superchargers in Vegas and stuff. They have a bunch of solar
I
panels.
believe that.
So
Oh yeah, the canopies, they're solar panels.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that you can drive under.
yep. Just keep it
I think
shaded,
that's
whatever
cool
not.
though. I think overall, I think this is really cool.
It'd be interesting to try. I would definitely try it if it, I don't know, came to town.
Oh, I'd
or
100%
whatever
try
not. Just to hell, there's not even a Waymo here technically. So I haven't even tried one of those.
Yeah, I think Waymo is only in Cali, isn't it?
Cali, Texas, and maybe I think Vegas too. And then also they just announced Atlanta. So
And half of their fleet just got burned in Cali. So
yeah, because people being fucking weird with what they decide to take their aggression on.
Yeah.
But
Waymo's super cool too because it's isn't it Isn't it a
It's a
public-owned company?
That I don't know. I know it's backed by Google. How about that?
Or maybe it's a publicly licensed company. Like
Yeah,
your town controls it, doesn't it?
and I know. Well, yeah, I'm not too far in the weeds of that one, so I'm not sure. And it's just two different methods too. So like the Teslas are using their hardware that they currently have with the car you
In
would
the
buy
wild.
off that you would buy off the lot. Yeah. Whereas Waymos are attached with LiDAR. And I'm not going to be the one who gets on board of just one option's better than the other. Because honestly, I just want the option that takes me to A to B without, too much worry, honestly. So,
And well, I mean, let's be honest here. We all know LiDAR is better.
In terms of cost perspective, no. But I think technology wise,
Oh God, not at all.
yeah, I think technology wise, it sees more. So,
It does.
yeah, I don't think there's denying that. I don't think, at least. So, but yeah, either way,
It can see my wiener in a thick fog.
yeah, no problem. What's that? What is that? Oh, okay, got it. LiDAR's got that. Don't you worry. It picks up.
Oh,
It picks
got
up-
you there.
It picks up
I
the
couldn't even tell.
smallest of things in the dark.
Exactly. Oh boy.
But no, I would definitely still keep a car though for the sake of road trips. But if it was around town and yeah, again, you're grocery shopping and back and forth to work, and as long as the price was fine, then maybe just stick with this and have a car for road trips only. Then, so
Well, and the kind of towns that we are in specifically, they don't benefit from not owning a car. You know what I mean?
there's no because I don't know of a US
Like, I think-
USA one that would be good for walking, if that makes sense, comparative to Europe towns that are built for like, dude, you're walking 5 minutes to go get something.
I think my answer on owning a car or not would change depending on where I live.
Yeah, true. Comparative to like New York and whatever, not hell, even like Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, Seattle, I'd probably try to make a bike work if I was there.
true.
Because fuck, dude, parking. Ugh.
Well, you don't have to worry about parking if you're getting dropped off in the robo-taxi.
That is true. But I mean, like, besides, if I needed to own a vehicle, electric scooter. Actually, that's what I would do.
That would be
Electric
fun.
scooter or electric bike. Yeah.
Until you get hit by a robo-taxi. Just kidding.
Fuck.
All right. And our last and final thing, just because I saw it in our last week's podcast as well, that was actually the first time actually testing out these little mics that we ended up both having, actually.
I saw
little
this
thing,
and
yeah.
I instantly thought, what I have is already better than this.
It is, but it's just curious though, in terms of like, because let's see, what do we got? Like 100 something at least, right, for this guy? I believe. Believe what it is. Hey, don't get me wrong.
Two.
True. Oh, that's a good point. Yes, it does come with two, so you could easily have a podcast or a guest speaker, whatever not, and ranges I think up to like 30 feet or something. Charge wise,
Dude, I was able to walk into the kitchen through walls and stuff, and it was fine.
Yeah, so...
I went into the bedroom. That was weird, actually. It was real weird.
But yeah, no, quality wise, after testing them out through all those scenarios, like these have worked great. But if I don't know, like, so that's a good point. You do well. That would be interesting because then at that point, they're the same exact price then. So it's $50 to get this mic for Insta360, whereas if you do want another one, it then becomes the same price as this guy.
Well, it's $50 for just the mic, but it's $70 if you want like the USB.
Oh, the dongle. Oh, okay. There's where it goes. Okay, so if you need two, then yes, I would definitely recommend. I don't even what brand are we looking at? Hollyland. No sponsors, no nothing, just experience. So definitely look at that if you want a little.
And their
mic.
case, dude.
Oh, it's clutch.
The case for the Hollyland is so much better. I'm looking at their accessories right now, and this freaking mic charges like your old smartwatch.
Oh,
with
yeah.
like the base and the pins on the bottom, like.
Yeah, whereas this one just has the freaking USB-C. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, your little mic. Got a little sticker on there, because why not? But yeah, things are what? The size of a nickel? I don't even know if it's quarter sized.
Also, the Insta360 mic looks a lot thicker. Like, it looks a lot like fatter. Because the picture that we're seeing doesn't even have the magnet on the back. It just looks so much bigger.
Yeah, it's got, what do we got? 10 hours of battery life. Still pretty good. But in terms of, like, I don't know, honestly, for solo creation, though, if you're trying to get started, or I don't know, just want a mic just cuz, why not?
Great option.
Yeah, great option. In terms of just these little like clip-on mics now, just with a magnet, put it. You don't have to be the shirt. I don't know. Go stick it to your car or something. Just whatever audio source you wanna.
Your fridge.
You wanna get the hum of your fridge. Like, you can just put it anywhere at that point. There's so many like little mics nowadays. It's kind of cool.
I wonder how their built-in noise canceling is.
Yeah, that's the only other thing. I know on these ones, the ones that we got, I kind of needed to turn it down, but even using it without the noise cancellation, I almost think it sounded a little bit better, just because it wasn't blocking out too much to make it sound fake.
Dude, it was impressive that we were sitting right next to each other and neither of us got picked up in each other's mic.
Oh yeah, true. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
That's rather impressive. I was like, holy shit. Because I expected that when I was like fucking with OBS. I expected like us to be picked up. Yeah, and none at all.
Huh. Yeah. If anything, it's kind of funny. You have this small mic, but off anything Insta360s, I guess known for, is typically they're like GoPro style cameras. Dude, they're freaking mini ones.
360 cameras.
Yeah, they're mini ones. Oh man, I've been debating about that one.
Let's take a look. Let's shop their store real quick.
Yeah, let's see.
So which one are you talking? Like the 360 like X2s?
No, the Insta360 Goes.
They're like the size of like the Goes?
Yeah. This little guy. Let's see. I don't need the need the action cam thing with it. I just need.
Is the Go on their website? I don't see it.
It's called
I see the
Go.
Flow. I see
Go.
the link.
3S now.
Oh, I see. Oh, these are cool.
Yeah.
They're just straight magnet too, and you can get, like.
Yeah, it's the same exact concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little tiny guys, and I don't need it. Honestly, 360 cameras are cool, but I don't need a 360 cam. But in terms of like, I don't know, if you just want to like clip it on, they promote like you can clip it on a hat, you can clip it, to your chest or whatever now, or for some reason you can clip it to your goddamn cat. I'm like, that's legit.
Yeah, this is technically an action cam, right? That's what they call these?
Yes, this is literally a GoPro basically.
I saw somebody just drop one in a lake because I believe they're waterproof, aren't they?
Yeah, up to so much or whatever. Not only waterproof.
Yeah, he just like.
But yeah, you could have so many cool angles.
Yeah, they get some cool shots of like dropping it in water and then doing something outside of the water. I don't remember. Some TikTok shit.
Yeah. No, I've seen that. I think it was like a TikTok video too, where he went to like mini golf or putt, whatever not. And yeah, he took like the perspective of what it would be like for the golf club to like hit the ball, because he had it not magnetized, but like almost like duct taped or something to the end of the golf club. And since it's so small, you can just easily just knock the ball in that way.
That's cool as shit.
I'm like, that's kind of dope. Just the small little angles you can't get elsewhere because of how tiny it is and whatever not. Don't get me wrong. Shit is freaking expensive. It's like, what was that, 64, 400? Yeah, for a standard bundle. Again, I don't even need the little pod thing it comes in. Yeah, I just want the little camera, which kind of then leads me back to...
With the magnet back.
Yeah. Leads me back to our discussion of when that person was asking for the monitor. It's like, dude, it's stuff like this where it's like Facebook Marketplace. Like, just, I don't need the 3S. Maybe just get because I think even when I did a brief Reddit search, the Insta360 Go 3 kept some features that people like, even versus this 3S. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of nice when the older one kind of pans off to be a little bit better. So,
dude, it's crazy that it's more well, okay, I guess it makes sense, but it's more expensive than their Insta360 One X2.
Oh, is that the bigger boy?
Yeah. That's 229.
Oh, for this.
But it
guy.
makes
Oh,
sense
for the
because
360 size.
there's a lot more that goes into the small one with the little body and all the
Yeah.
hardware built into such a tiny package.
Smaller it is, and yeah, the more expensive it is in a weird way. They are dope though.
That's cool though. Yeah.
But yeah, because it was funny. The thing that got me like on the path of looking at that stuff and whatever, not only the mic, but creating like a not even a channel, but like a side, just like IRL / whatever Instagram kind of thing. Literally just called Teched Out, and then in small lowercases side. So like all the outside shit that gets done or whatever, like places.
Oh, teched outside. Yeah.
Like places to go do
like
something with or whatever, not, and just like use it as a picture thing. Like I don't need to review anything, but literally like the whole touch grass kind of shit. And something like this, honestly, being used would be fucking dope. So
I wonder. Yeah.
but,
Yeah, I bet you there's not a very big used market for this, huh?
no, I think I maybe only saw like one, maybe two on Marketplace around me at least. I don't know about eBay though. I didn't look at eBay. So
Yeah, they're the same price on Amazon, of course.
yeah. There's really no sales or anything like that. I don't even know when they do go on sale. Because the thing that sucks too is they, for the small ones at least, they only carry the.
You can get the
current one.
camera body only
Oh really?
on Amazon. Yeah, it's $269 for just the camera body.
Oh, that's way cheaper. Let me go to Amazon then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
128 gigs, no action pod, no charger included either though.
what's it
But I'm
charging?
sure you can get
USB-C?
like no, it looks like magnet pins on the back.
Oh,
But I'm sure you can get that for like pretty cheap, like third party.
I'll have to.
Yo, this actually is not a bad deal.
I guess send me the link because I can't. Everything I'm looking at is it keeps showing up that action bod thing with it. So.
I'm looking it up on my phone.
Oh damn it!
But I can send it to
My phone, I guess.
Wait, yeah, I can send. Well, I can send it to Discord. Actually, what am I talking about? I have
okay.
Discord on my phone.
Yeah, I'll just hard it and I'll look at the price differences and whatever. Not when it dips, when to do this and that. But yeah, I just feel like something like this would be kind of cool to check out or have or whatever. Not, but
Yeah, actually, pretty sick. I'm glad that you can get just the camera, and then you can get like third-party accessories. I'm sure.
oh
For,
yeah,
like, the-
clips.
I mean-
for hats or whatever. Not.
Mhm.
Obviously the action
Did that go
body
through, by
thing.
the way?
Yeah, the action body has obviously it gives you extra battery life. So I'm trying to remember what the battery life of these things are.
269.
I think when you record, you have about, let's say, an hour and a half, give or take, I think, on it. Or an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know, somewhere around there. But at the same time, I wouldn't expect to record something for that long. It would just be like, oh, this is
No,
pretty
but-
cool. Let's, 30 seconds of this.
I'm sure you could get like third-party action pods too with like a bigger battery. You know what I mean? This just seems like one of those kind of devices.
Yeah, true. Or, yeah, I don't even need the screen on it or something. And just give me a battery
Yeah,
bank.
that's just a battery. You know,
Yeah, just so it's
pretty
charging
cool
as I'm
little
chilling with it.
fucking thing, man.
Oh yeah, I just thought it was cool. Yeah, for
Yeah.
POVs and whatever not. Because I've always been interested in like, hell, even I'm kind of surprised. I could be wrong. I don't think they do. It's the 360. Let's see. Yeah, they don't make drones. But
No,
yeah, because I've always been interested in even the small little drones. What is it like, DJI Spark or whatever it's called?
yeah,
Like that shit's always been interesting to me. So
I've always wanted a drone, but I'm never gonna spend the money on one
I know.
until they're like way, way, way cheaper.
Well, I guess what's your definition of way, way, way cheaper? Less than 100?
Yeah, I want to spend. Well, no, I want to spend like I'll spend like 250 on a good one.
Okay. Because even the ones I'm thinking of, if I'm thinking of it right, let's
I
see.
think DJI are still like fucking $700. Are they not?
DJI Spark portable mini drone Alpine White on Amazon with 4.3 out of 1,500 reviews is sitting at 298. So that's new.
See,
Yeah, because originally, they were
okay,
around
you
that
know what?
500 price.
I would consider this a decent one.
And granted, again, that's new. So as long as it worked and the battery was fine, again with the whole used market, because I'd almost rather get it used. Because granted, I'm not saying I would use it every day, but it's one of those things where this is definitely a purchase that people buy something like this and then they decide it's a typical I don't use this as much as I thought I would, or I just don't use it at all. So you're like, oh sweet, so I can get it for half off. And
I'll take that shit,
test it out or whatever, not like, because then you don't feel as bad spending $150 on it compared to $300. So
Mini 4 Pro, how much is the Mini 4 Pro? It's got a camera. See, I want one with like the video built into the controller and shit. Like,
oh yeah, true. That's another thing too, in terms of you'd have to pay attention to see if it comes with a controller or if you have to use an app or something.
How much is this one? See, the Mini 4 Pro. Yeah, okay. It's $759.
Okay. Yeah, because this
How much is the Mini 3 though?
Yeah, the Spark is 500 with the controller and whatnot.
419.
Yeah,
with no remote controller. 549.
I assume they're all about the $400 to $500 mark.
See, just cut that price in half and we're good, brother.
Oh, you can. You just have to get it used, probably.
Actually, yeah. It's one of those things that I never look at the used marketplace for, too.
I know. I always have to remind myself. I'm like, oh yeah, someone already has this. Let me check just to see. But yeah.
Yeah, DJI Spark right here, Lacey, $250.
Yeah, the only thing you have to make sure about is if it comes with the controller, because I'm looking at the controller one and it ends up being like 500. So, but I've always been interested because I'd be very curious if there's actually a place you can test out or rent a drone, if that makes any sense, because it is one of those purchases, like you said, it's like I don't want to spend $400 to find out like meh. You know what I mean? But
and then spend
But the whatever, the first person, the first person drones,
FPV, first person,
yeah, like those ones would be interesting, where you're like literally just sitting there with some goggles and you're flying around. I feel like I would just do this while I'm sitting there. Just be moving around like, oh, we're taking a hard left,
because you're also trying to avoid the obstacles.
Yeah, like, oh shit, God.
Drones are also one of those things, so you got to look at the legalities in your area too, on like flying it. Yeah. So it's like a whole nother set of rules you gotta follow,
sure
and then you gotta get your like drone license if you're gonna fly it in X places.
Yeah. I just feel like it'd be cool. Again, another point of view thing. You just send it up, like, all right, go, little buddy. And just like, I just need you to go up and come back down. That's all I need you to do.
All right.
Maybe do
my footage.
Yep. Maybe do a 360, fly around. All right, come back. Hell, some of these things.
Now just follow me.
Yeah, I was say some of these things do the whole AI following tracking thing, and I don't even know how much those are. So, and I don't remember.
I think there's some that are fairly cheap.
Yeah.
I think there are some that are fairly cheap because some that do that, you can't fly. All they do is follow you.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, because I know you could send commands. I want to say, a while ago. I think there was like a Casey Neistat video. He had like a drone or something he was reviewing or something, and he was testing out the following distance and all this other stuff as he was like using his longboard and all this other crap, boosted board. So it actually did pretty well. Like, yeah, okay. Lots of toys out there. Though.
So many toys. I actually have a bunch of toys that I need to stop buying more.
I don't need it.
I need it. Fuck, dude. I need it. I need it all.
I just want to test it all. That's all. That's the biggest thing. I just want to test it all. It's like the purpose of Reddit. It's like, does anyone have, like, especially with an EV down the road, I guarantee I'll find myself in a Reddit post and just be like, Hey, if anyone happens to have this vehicle, would you mind me just like checking it out if you're okay with that?
Can I just borrow it for a bit?
Yeah, like you can
You
drive.
gotta-
Just let me be passenger princess or something. I just want to check it out. Like,
Mhm.
thank you for spending the 80 grand on something like this, but like, I just want to see
I want to
what's
be your
up.
friend.
Yeah, I just want to see what's up. But no, yeah, it's all I had picked out this week in terms of all that good stuff.
Yep.
So.
Well, we slammed in the few that I wanted to add.
Oh yeah, and
Trump
then,
phone.
dude,
Trump phone.
love me my side notes. Which, speaking of the one more thing / last thing here, in case you play some Helldivers 2 recently or in the past here, the long anticipated review bomb cape is finally here. So in case you're aware of that whole fiasco with the whole PlayStation crap that they pulled, and the community fought back for the goddamn freedom, the cape should be shortly. I don't know if it's in just yet, but it should be within your locker for the most part and available to wear, which I could see that being one of my favorites once I get back into that game eventually, once I log in at some point. So
I
don't
know. We really got to play, bro.
I know we fell off pretty hard. I don't
Yeah,
know
we'll
if
get
there's I think it's in there no matter what. It doesn't say like a timeline, like a limited thing, I don't believe.
Pillars of Freedom.
Yeah.
It is available now.
Yeah, so available now. Did they mention anything about if it? I don't think it ever ends.
It says, in honor of their unquestioning commitment to the defensive, Helldivers have been awarded a commemorative cape. The new uniform piece will be available in all Super Destroyer armories as soon as rollout is complete. This cape will be awarded to all existing players. As with our previous item rollouts, please allow some time for them to arrive in your inbox.
Yeah,
So it sounds
they
like it's
should be.
only available to existing.
Oh, maybe if they have you in their system. That's my guess. I don't think it had to be a certain time window of like you have to play with it. You had to have played within the last month. So.
You know what? Let me take it. Let's just check real quick, right?
I was gonna say, is it one of those things where you just log in just to see if it's there and you log back out? Because been there, done that before with the what is it, the Fallout stuff that they had going on. I was like, oh sweet, it's only available for a week. Okay, log in real quick. Okay, claim and see you bye.
And see you bye.
Done
I did that for Sea of Thieves, the
Halo stuff.
theme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Super hype. Whoa. All right, opening Helldivers now. It's about to be real loud, I'm sure.
Dude, I did see it. There's a thing in my area that it's a PlayStation Live concert, and they do Horizon, they do God of War, they do Last of Us, and there's other stuff in there too, like Final Fantasy, whatever not. But they also do Helldivers 2, and I thought that would be so
Cool.
interesting, just because it'd be funny to see what kind of people are in there. If you ended up going, just because during the Helldivers 2 one, eventually just looking around, seeing if people stand up, just to be like
Oh my god, I'm
Just
collecting so much shit right
fist
now.
in the air. Oh, you're just getting all the rewards.
Defender of our dream. Holy shit.
The computer can't
you
take
had
much
it.
more, Captain.
Yeah, it's overheating. All right, armory. Let's take a look real quick.
Let's say, is it in there?
Cape. Ooh, it is not here yet.
All right, give it a few days then, boys.
Yep, just give it a little bit. This one's pretty cool though. We take those. We'll equip that one.
I just like the meaning behind it.
Yeah, me too. That's sick.
Like hell yeah. Take that.
Oh,
Take
incoming
that.
message. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, it really wants me to play right now.
You will not leave.
It's really like
for
you
the
will
sake of
not.
democracy.
This was such a good game, dude. They did such a good job on this game.
Oh, it's the peak to me. It's the peak of live service.
It really
I
is.
don't
It's the
care
pinnacle.
I don't care what Fortnite did or has done or whatever. Not. I think it's the peak. So,
It is.
but that's just me. But yeah, that was the last thing I had for the week. So
I failed. I'm washed.
I'm washed.
I'm washed. Yeah, I tried the little like mini game for a second. I'm washed.
The arrows.
Yeah,
Love
great
it.
game though. It's not there yet. I will probably check again Sunday or Monday.
1 hour later. It's still not there yet, boys.
Still not there yet.
Report back. All right,
3 hours later.
what's going on in Helldivers 2? Well, the cape's not in just yet, but we're getting attacked by bugs. All right, back to freedom. All right, thank you, Kyler.
You know what? Just in case, it might be there now. I'm just gonna reopen the game.
Oh my god.
You never know.
Now that it knows that I logged in, maybe it realized that I'm legit. But
Well, so last time I didn't play Helldivers for a long time. I logged in and it gave me a bunch of rewards, and then I logged off, and then the next day when I logged back in, it gave me a bunch more rewards.
Oh,
Like
it's
it didn't
just
fill out all.
backlogging 'em?
You know what I mean?
okay,
Yeah, like it didn't give me like all of them right away.
interesting.
Because I think I just got all the ones for defending Super Earth, like
Yeah,
you know that big defensive Super Earth that just happened.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go. I got it.
Oh, it's
Pillars
the cape.
of Freedom. It is here.
Well, then look at
It is
that.
here. Let's take a look.
The report
Defender
back.
of our dream. Oh yeah, now I'm getting a bunch more. Oh god.
Interesting. So it backlogs your rewards. It doesn't give you them all at once. Okay,
Yeah,
good
well,
to know.
You know why? So the reason it does that is because you get medals, and there's a max amount of medals you can hold, and so it's so you don't waste all your medals. And I just wasted a shitload of medals actually.
Whoops.
There's the cape. Looks sick. Let's wait. How do you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, buddy. We're gonna equip that bitch right away.
Oh yeah, I'll have to log in once we're all said and done here. Then
Yeah, it's cool.
get that.
Anywho, well, thanks for the pod this week, man.
Oh yeah,
That was
dude.
a good one.
Always been a good time.
That was a great
But,
one.
yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else?
Nah, Trump phone, baby.
Oh yeah, true. We got it.
4745.
What a deal! What a deal! It's
Yeah,
big,
what a
big
deal.
beautiful phone. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, that's
Big
all I
beautiful
got.
phone.
And yeah, catch us live every some Fridays. Make sure the notifications are on for Teched Out, Dak Kyler, all that good stuff. But yeah,
Yup,
that's
yup.
been this week in gaming and tech. So hope to see you in the comments or in chat. Until next time
Yep.
though. Take it easy.
Peace.